So supporters are in at thousands, and now leaving the ATS. Leaving ATS by thousands of people always. Yeah. So how do you feel today? What do you feel? Yeah. That's why. How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel today? Walking into the water. How do you feel walking into the water for you now? Thank you so much. See the amount of people that come out today again. So the massive show. See the support of people you partner. And indeed, the great people are suffering for the past 8 years. And indeed, the great people experience all the challenges for the past 8 years. Today, the global council, the show the massive show, not just the tradition, also the international community. The great people, Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we have thousands of supporters of the Union Party now walking into the water and not leaving the ATS.
That's why you have to protect it. If you think they will see this election, you will not allow it. Because if you do it, that's the end of this country. And we're not going to allow that to happen.
Is from. We have to see corruption from Liberia. This government must go. This government must go.
That's why you have to protect it. If you think they will see this election, you will not allow it. Because if you do it, that's the end of this country. And we're not going to allow that to happen.
We can use 0%. We can use 0%. We have a vote.
No medication in the hospital.
We have a vote.
No new employment.
We have a vote.
We
can use 0%.
Greetings to all our partisans of the Coalition for Democratic Change. Greetings also to all well-meaning Liberians and peaceful citizens of this country. We have been listening out for the last few days, and we've been listening to, let's say, former General Prince Johnson trying to make some intimidating and beating war drums. We want to make it very clear to Senator Prince Johnson that he's no lord and master in this country. No one is intimidated by his sentimental and threatening statements. He cannot threaten a duly elected government, a legitimate national government, and sit around here trying to intimidate people. Nobody will submit to Prince Johnson. He's nobody, and he should respect himself, otherwise we're going to disrespect him. He should watch himself. Nobody.
We can use 0%. We can use 0%. We have a vote.
No medication in the hospital.
We have a vote.
No new employment.
We have a vote.
That's why you have to protect it. If you think they will see this election, you will not allow it. Because if you do it, that's the end of this country. And we're not going to allow that to happen.
Invest in the sector. All of you people, let's go back to the ground.
Have you been making farm yourself?
Me?
Yeah.
You know, I've been making farm since.
Where is it?
I got a farm in Sano. You know, okay. Buri give me 500 acres. I harvest every year, and, and my people there are telling to feed themselves.
The same problems continue under the current President George Manawiya administration, and unlike Sirleaf, there were no insiders reporting on her direct involvement with ritual killings. However, we've received information that the current administration has been linked to the ritual killing of children. Sources advise us that the police are only allowed to investigate these matters in a conspicuous or very superficial manner, as not to get too close involved. Also, because of the high-level links to the government, it is taboo to say anything about it. Otherwise, you could be the next victim. One of the most notable allegations of ritualistic killings involve mysterious disappearances.
Peace, it must peace carry the harm transport usually heroin or cocaine to HQ. That HQ gave you receipt what I signed for the marijuana. They must refuse.
Yeah, Chief. What like it is saying, Chief, there is a serious issue yesterday on the administration. Yeah, baby.
I give you instruction. Please bring the house to the
Yes, Chief.
And why are you embarrassing us for 30?
No,
you politician?
No, Chief, I didn't do that. I never told you. Chief, say like it came to like it is lying, Chief. Chief, like it is lying.
I the instructions to the government of the country to the concern body. I don't say you saying that you must support them before the judge is here. So they can get your own record. Now I am not created.
Chief, that's a lie.
Hold on. The superintendent called me. He said, "Oh, I ain't instruction, bro." The sales people calling me say you gave instructions to the police. I said, "Yeah, the procedure. I don't make any all the time. What are they gonna do with it?" He said, "Okay, I will call you back." The superintendent called me. So the sales people, where are they coming from? That bullshit, you do not call it
Chief, permission, Chief. Permission, Chief. He refused to sign the document, Chief. He refused to sign and take the key from me. He refused to take the key and the document from me and sign the document, Chief.
As I speak to you now, make sure you go to the office order the man.
Yeah.
Also, let me get ready to bring it up.
Okay.
I want you no more than I will put you indefinite suspicion without salary.
Chief, permission, Chief. Chief, permission, Chief. Hello, Chief. Chief, how do I leave the country with this house husband, Chief?
My man, why do you leave the country?
Right now, Chief, Chief, you don't understand the security threat that been posted to my life in the county. This place, Chief, to be friend permission, Chief.
Hold on. All the people that have been anything on, they get been in the tower. You think you could be something to the tower, you will tell them.
No, I know I brought something to time before, Chief.
All the command are in the country.
What about gentlemen? Okay. This is okay before your own watchful eyes, right? This was proven. This was tested and proven. And our test case have exhausted, right? And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 2 half tube here. 2 half tube. These are all heroin. And if we have the test here, definitely these drugs will also show positive. Because you saw it during the application here as well. So I just want you to be in the knowledge of that. And these are all proven.
That's why you have to protect it. If you think they will see this election, you will not lie. Because if you do it, that's the end of this country. And we're not going to allow that to happen.
Is from. We have to see corruption from Liberia. This government must go. This government must go.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, Stan coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station.
You want to get a news update, my brother Tunto Spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia Tunto Spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just Tunto Spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. Tunto Spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, Tunto Spoon. Tunto Spoon. If you eat Cape gradually, my brother Tunto Spoon. You got a Spoon TV, you got a Spoon Radio, Tunto Spoon. Tunto Spoon. You wanna get a news update, Tunto Spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari.
Indeed, if you want to get the news update, just Tunto Spoon, of course. This is where you get authentic information about Liberia. We'd like to say welcome again to another fascinating edition of the program, the Late Night Show, the Late Night Politics on Spoon. This is where Liberians from across the world gather to talk about the country, irrespective of the political views. We gather here every night to talk about the happenings in the country, to share our views on the unfoldings, and of course, on this very platform, we get to agree or disagree, but at the end of the day, there is this bigger picture we look at, and that happens to be the interest of our country, Liberia. And sometimes it get heated, sometimes it get tense, yes, because this is not a place where we come to merry-make, but at the end of the day, we get the conversation going on in a very safer way. I'd like to say welcome again to the program. Yes, we didn't have the show on when? That was what? Saturday? Yeah, we didn't bring you the show on Saturday, but I want to say thanks again for joining us tonight. My name is Nelson Colette, and this edition of the show promises to be very fascinating. You know, just get set. We encourage you to share the program as you come on. As you know, this show is open to everyone, so you can kindly share the program as you come on. We're going to have the link posted in the comment section so that you can use that link in case you want to come on tonight. It's open to everyone. You're from the Unity Party, you're from the ANC or the CPP, as they now call it, you're from the Liberty Party, or maybe you're from the CDC, or maybe you're from Councillor Tiawon Gonglo's Liberian People's Party, just wherever you come from, whichever political party you support, this platform is open to everyone. And again, welcome to the show tonight. Let me just do this very quick, talking about posting the link. Let me post the link in the comment section right now as we get set to move on with the conversation tonight. Mr. Samuel Woozy is going to be joining us shortly on the program as well. But let me welcome my co-moderator, Moba Zokat. Moba, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. You can hear me?
I'm hearing very well. Very well.
Okay. Yeah.
Loud and clear, someone would say. But it's great to have you again, Moba.
Thank you, Nelson. Thank you. And good to be back. And also, you know, I know they're going to tell you are very tired, and you know, they're going weekend. I know you get a little bit of a long break.
Yeah, so yeah, certainly.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
You know, that break was worth it.
Yeah, you need. Yeah.
I didn't know how important it was till I got it, and then I said, "Oh, okay, it was great that I had a break."
It was important, my man. At least you got.
But it's great to be here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go across and welcome the rest of the folks joining us tonight. I see Raymond. Listen, you'll not believe where Raymond joining us from tonight. But Raymond, why you want to do this to us? Raymond is joining us from the plane.
So, guys, I know I don't have the time, but because this show means so much, and I've been away for a long time, so the least chance I got to chip in.
So you're catching the flight, but you still want to chip in on the show.
Definitely,
you
because
have other guys here now. You have Moba here. You propagate the JMB message. You got Sylvester. You got Prince just join us. You got Cindy. Cindy will support you tonight. I'm told Cindy is highly in support of the train. I understand Cindy just crossed over. He said from tonight he's not going to be talking about Mr. Kumis anymore. You have all those great guys here. You have our sister Justina.
What's up, guys?
Well, then you still decided to come on the show. But let me say welcome, Raymond.
I have no doubt. I just chose to chip in at least for a minute or two. And before I leave, I have no doubt in these astute ladies and gentlemen ability to propagate the message of the rescue mission. But before I leave, I just want to chip in this. I've been hearing on social media a lot of Liberian voicing, trying to twist the statement.
I hope now our discussion, now our topic, you can be joining here soon.
So let me just throw my 1 second line on.
You want to join our discussion now, but when I allow you know, Raymond.
Okay, so I can get my opinion before I leave, Chief. Let me just get my opinion before I leave on the subject.
Okay, I'll give you 20 seconds to get your opinion. 20 seconds.
So a lot of people are trying to twist the statement of the ambassador, the impeccable statesman, comment that if the will of the people in this election is trying to be subverted by this current regime, it will be the end of what we know Liberia to be. I understand this statement.
I'm coming, Raymond. Let me just officially welcome everyone. Sylvester, welcome to the show. And let me say, okay, I see Sylvester is busy. Prince, welcome to the show.
I'm here.
Number 2.
Thank you.
Okay, Sylvester, welcome as well, sir. Thank you for joining us tonight. Cindy, let me say welcome to the show. Mr. Kumis is proud of you. Mr. Kumis is very excited for every time he says he hears you on the show. He feels represented very well. Let me just say that to you. Thanks for joining us tonight, Cindy.
It's good to be here.
Yeah. And so to our sister Justina, let me say thanks for joining us tonight. And I don't know, the rescue niece. I mean, thanks for joining us tonight as well. I don't know whether it is a CDC bearer that you removed the
No.
CDC not get black bearer. CDC not get black bearer, man.
This is the Eagles.
I want to say thank you for bringing me on the live tonight.
This is the Eagles bearers.
I want to say thank you for bringing me on the live tonight, and I look forward to having a great show. Okay. And tonight I'm here to challenge the ANC for accountability, because I heard Dr. Francine talking about money gone missing from Unity Party fundraising. They want accountability. So tonight I'm going to ask the ANC to give accountability to the 70,000 that got missing, and also to give accountability to the $2 million.
Jessica, don't do that thing to us. Why are you bringing that ever since 70,000? The people not forget about that thing. They drive up different places now. They ain't get time for that thing again. Why are you bringing that thing?
Okay, but I want for them to give us accountability as to the funds they've been raising, and how is the fund being dispersed. So at least we can know, because they talk about accountability.
We'll get there. George Dan, let me say welcome, man. It's been a while since you joined us here on the program. Thanks for joining us tonight on the late night show.
Thank you, Colette. I've been giving you a chance to be on vacation. Now we're back.
Oh, you're back, eh?
We back.
Oh, look, listen, which party you support again? Are you for the CDC or what? The CDC,
Unity
right?
Party. Unity Party.
Oh, okay, UP. But
we do United Party. We do plenty with ALC. Too much.
I would delete some Unity Party people as to go alone. Raymond buying jail for a short time. Got me get a point and go. But let me welcome Ture. You saw
Eagles, baby.
Go Birds.
The birds.
We're flying high tonight.
We're flying high.
Flying high tonight, guys. We're flying high.
Ture, did you see this?
Nothing. We have to see corruption for Liberia. This government must go. This government must go.
Nessie, you bomber, man. Nessie.
No.
Nessie.
Oh, I want to be sure as to whether you saw this.
is for. We have to sweep corruption from Liberia. This government must go. This government must go.
Is that really Councilor Gongo or is that somebody doing a TikTok?
No, the councilor. But my concern is how can you sweep like that? You can't sweep like that.
So where president we are air you are sweeping there.
And I see the councilor do exactly that on Woolen Avenue right here.
I mean, but the video, we'll talk about the video. Something not correct about the video. But we'll come back. Raymond, you wanted to make a point? Make a point quickly so we bring Mr. Woozy on. So you can just make a point and go. Then we bring Mr. Woozy. You said you wanted to share your view on this this material.
That's why you have to protect it. If they think they will see this election, you will not allow it. Because if you do it, that's the end of this country. And we're not going to allow that to happen.
Wait, is it me?
So, first of all, I'd like to thank all of you guys who've kept the show going. Whenever I have the time, I chip in and I watch you guys, and I appreciate the discourse and the level at which
so
you
while
guys.
Raymond is doing that, guys, let's share the show. Kindly, let's share the show. Kindly share the show on your Facebook pages, in your WhatsApp groups, on your messengers, and all of that. Let's do that, please. And Raymond, you can go ahead because
So
we're
I
getting,
appreciate you guys for the manner in which you guys keep elevating the discourse. And I'm a fan. I keep watching whenever I can. But for this discourse, I mean, this particular topic, I see it from a perspective that a lot of people are not haven't mentioned. He said if this elections become rigged, it's going to be the end of what we know Liberia to be. And given a cue from all that is happening, massive corruption, the proliferation of illicit drugs in our communities, mysterious killings, and the likes. And if this government becomes successful in rigging the election and that the will of the people do not prevail, I believe, and what I think I heard him say is that the situation of the Liberian people will become more deplorable and the Liberian people will become the victim. And the effect will be so terrible that what we know Liberia to be will no longer be. What we even knew Liberia to be isn't what it is now. Imagine if it gets elevated and it's going to be worse. Might multiply by more than 2 times all the ills that we see, the terrible governance. So I see the statement to mean that in the first place, it's not in the right of any person to rig the elections. Elections should be about the individual will of the people collectively. Their decision stands. That's what democracy is about. It's the will of the people. It's for the people, by the people, and that's nothing less. And we know what's happening around the sub-region with a lot of coup d'etat. We can't afford that any longer. So we should respect the will of the people when we go to the ballot box. The individual votes that people cast should be counted, and that should make the decision, and that's what we should follow. Thank you.
Thank you
and
very
I leave
much,
you
Raymond.
guys now. Thank
Yeah.
you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. We hope you have a
And
safe
don't
flight.
forget to let me get my
Safe
own too. I will be
We're gonna-
leaving y'all. I will be leaving y'all by 10:20.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
just
we,
to
we,
let
we're
you
about to,
know.
we're about to move straight into our discussion now. Let me remove Raymond. The man showing all his background there. On the video. Okay, but let me bring in Mr. Samuel Woozy, former Deputy Minister for Technical Services at the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism. This is one of the ministers who promoted
thank God.
the WIA administration. I
Thank
remember
God.
Minister Woozy had a show. Mr.
I've been
Woozy,
waiting to take on this minister here. Thank God you
was
came.
No, listen, calm down. Was it on
Masalu,
Radio
I
5,
am joking.
right?
I am
It
joking.
was on Radio 5. I remember listening to that show so many nights. Yeah, so Minister Woozy is on record for promoting the CDC. He says he's still a CDCian, but a rational one. He's on the show tonight. We're gonna have a great conversation. I told him that we have some strong opposition guys on the show, and they are here to take him on tonight. But Mr. Woozy, I want to say welcome to the show, sir.
So is he replacing Josh?
No.
Well,
Thank you, Nelson.
That would be great.
Thanks to all the I would call them maybe guest panelists on this segment of the show. I'm actually happy to be here, and I look forward to having a fruitful conversation. And by way of a little correction, I was Assistant Minister for Information Services.
Okay,
at
yeah.
Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism.
Okay. Thank you for joining us tonight, sir. And
yeah, it's my pleasure.
Okay, so we're gonna move straight into our discussion tonight. Raymond tried to jump the gun, and he succeeded in doing that. This is one statement that has been circulating. We played the video. We're gonna take a look at that. Every single person on set is gonna have an opportunity to weigh in their thoughts on that statement coming from the former vice president. But as we flip through and maybe just listening to the former vice president, comparing it to some of what we've heard quite recently from some stakeholders and so forth with respect to what they expect for this election, there's something similar. Comparing some of those statements to what Ambassador Boakai said. But we're gonna look into why this one is making is catching so much attention, what he actually meant. You all have the time to weigh in your thoughts on that. And then right after that, we'll move to the next aspect of our discussion, which has to do with the atmosphere in the case of the second round, the possibility of political mergers. We're going to take a look at these different political parties, say the CPP of Mr. Cummings, for example. You talk about Councillor Tiawon Gonklo, for example. What are the possibilities of those individuals either coming to the table, having some political discussions? Are we going to see some betrayals? Are we going to see some political mergers or what have you, collaborations and so forth going on? What are the possibilities of these kinds of discussions? And if those things will not happen, what are some of the causes? What are some of the things that will possibly cause those kinds of political discussions to not go on? We'll make some analysis around that as well. But again, I want to say thanks to everyone for joining us. I just like us to kickstart the discussion with you, Moba. Then we'll come to Sylvester, and then we'll move to Mr. Woolsey. You listen to the former Vice President Joseph Boakai. You watched the video in Buchanan, and you heard what he said. What's your take on this particular video? I like the fact that it's very short, so it gives our folks time to really go through.
That's why you have to protect it. If they think they will see this election, you will not allow it. Because if you do it, that's the end of this country. And we're not going to allow that to happen.
Till the election, that's the end of the country. We're not going to allow it.
Thank you, Nelson. Firstly, I want to send my condolences to the 4 family members. I think 4, right? That were killed in the fire. Yeah. In Kauai. That's where I grew up, and it was really frustrating for me this morning. For that. But anyway, I'll go back to our topic. Yeah, you see, it only leeway we the individual how we defend the former VP statement. You understand? So for me, I get my own definition for that. Like for the opposition, they would define it differently. For us, we that in the camp of United Party, we would define it differently. But I believe within myself and the definition for that war, if you're cheat,
it'll be the end of Liberia.
Yeah. Reason being, if you're cheat, right? If you're cheat, you're having a poll or judge, we are in power. You know what happened? The country going down to the drain. Meaning, you get a man for 6 years. What he did, he messed the country up. He carried the country from 10 to 0. And this time around, He will take it from 0 all the way to the separate thing. And there will be no Liberia, meaning you drugs, Liberia will be a drugs cartel where you see people transporting drugs 24/6. There will be no security where you see people will be doing things on the street, broad daylight, and let's say the police will be in favor of they always, you know, in favor of the ruling party. So there will be a lot of things will be going on. That's the direction our stand-up are speaking from. He's speaking from, when you say there will be
there are two things here, quickly. Let me come back to this. There are two things he's talking about here. The first one is the condition. If you know, they steal the election, if there's a rigging of the election, if the ruling establishment or whoever, maybe the NEC or whatever, tampers with the election, then the second aspect has to do with it would be the end of.
Let me tell you.
Let's look at first of all the possibility. Is there any possibility of that? The condition laid down in that statement from the?
Of course, the election have been complimented by the election commission to the initiator of the government, the Incohu, to rig this election. Let me tell you, you can know that the election will be rigged, right? Look at the voter roll up to the time; it's not up. In case you go check on the voter roll tomorrow, and it's not there, so you mean that you can vote and your right. That's the right. They deprive you for your right to vote. So the election commissioner in cahoots with the government to make sure the identical voting rule be complemented by the government, so they can bring out the cheat. But this is the measure we get for them. Let me conclude by saying this: the measure we get for them, if their election been rigged, we'll protest. There will be no war. Nobody can war. We'll protest because number one, we're not carrying no case to the election. To the election commission. Even the justice, the temple justice. We're not carrying no case there because those people are not credible. They are not. Those people have been compromised by the government. So by concluding, I will tell you this, right? Our VP was speaking in contact with the Liberians that they simply trying to tell them that if you guys are having to put George Weah in power back, that's how your country will be. Your country will go back to zero. It always to zero, go to -0.
Okay, thank you. Let's move to Sylvester quickly. Sylvester, you have 2 minutes to share your thoughts on this. The statement from former Vice President Joseph Boakai in Grand Bassa County. A lot of folks are beating on him for this, while others are hailing him for this. Where do you stand on this? He says, if the election is rigged, if the government tampers with election, it will be the end of this country, the end of Liberia.
Okay. You see, as a leader, you have a lot of people following you. You have a lot of people listening to you. That's why when you make statements, be definite, be exact. Don't create room for speculation. Don't create room for people to create their own interpretation of what you meant. Because this is a political season. People will take it and frame it differently and run with it. Now, if you do it, that would be the end of this country. It's open-ended. Anybody can interpret it any way they can. So that is the responsibility of a leader to speak with clarity, to tell the people exactly what you mean by it will be the end of this country. And I hear some guys here maybe from the raking or from the drugs that are going on or the way the country is going downhill. Okay, that could be it. But then the other person said, no, that's not what he meant. He meant that he will go to war and all of these things. So it's good to always be clear in what you say.
So Sylvester, are you saying here that the former vice president was wrong to have spoken the way he did? To have left
I can't say that he was wrong because I'm not in his mind to know what he really meant by this statement. But it created a lot of room for speculation. That's what I meant. That if there will be the end, especially that part that say it will be the end of this country, could mean a lot.
But if you had to make your own analysis of that statement, when he said, if this election is tampered with, it will be the end of Liberia, what could be your own analysis of that particular aspect of the statement?
Well, looking at the personality that he has, looking at that kind of his character and what have you, I don't see him as a person of violence. I don't see him as a person of such nature. So from my own personal interpretation, I'll look at it that maybe he meant that the country is going downhill by bad leadership, drugs in the country, so that would be my interpretation based on the character he has and the kind of person I know him to be, the peaceful man he is, But again, like I said, this is political season. People looking for stuff to run with. Propagandists will always pick on the run with. So that's why when you are speaking, make it clear. Don't leave room for speculation.
Now, we're going to move to Mr. Woozy, but just before we do that, did this statement add to him politically, or did it take away from him?
Well, it depends on how you look at it. It depends on what part of the eye you come from.
We'll soon be leaving for work.
Yeah, go ahead.
That would tell what side you on, whether it took away from him or it added to him. It depends on what side you stand or how you look at it. Also, like the example I gave, he's a peaceful man. From my personal analysis, I'll say maybe that's why he meant the country will go down here. But another person will look at it. So it based on how you're looking at it, two sides of the coin.
Wow. Okay. So, Minister Woozy, let's come to you. You are a very good political analyst, and you are known for your critical stance on issues. You don't hold back. You don't turn your face to the wall when it comes to speaking truth to power. You listen to the former vice president when he made this statement over the weekend in Bassa. He says, if the election is rigged, if Liberians allowed, or if anything happens with this election, it will be the end of the country. What's your honest analysis of that statement from former VP Boakai?
Well, on a serious note, I think he spoke contextually, and I'm finding it difficult to understand why too many people have been flipping it over and over and making it as if he said there will be alien invasion of the country should that happen. Now, this is not strange in politics to hear people on the opposition side making such statements, because they don't have control over those at the NEC, the National Elections Commission. They do not have control over the national security infrastructure. In most instances, most especially in the African political body politic, ruling parties have those things to their advantage. They tend to use it in the process, most especially when they want to compromise the integrity of the democratic process. So I think former Vice President Joseph Yema Boakai spoke contextually what he meant. From all indications, looking at the kind of character he is, his history. So when you look at it from a political point of view or from a security context, in basic security analysis, you want to look at in risk analysis or risk mitigation, you look at the track record of the person speaking, the principal target, and the record, and then the possibility of having the will to do certain things. So on that basis, one can easily judge or deduce that what he meant was that should the integrity of the electoral process get compromised, the masses will respond, and which we all know the U.S. government has flagged that to all of its citizens. Those of us with status, we understand what it means. We're getting alerts, and there is imminent violence in Liberia should anybody try to compromise the process. I have personally, if you check on my social media page, flagged numerous concerns. Although some of these people are propagandists and posting some things trying to insult us, they don't understand a lot. In the first place, you go into elections that is less than 10 days away. The voter roll is not published. That is a red flag. It means fraud is in the making, and somebody is deliberately trying to plunge the country into civil decadence, and they're testing the resolve of the voters. So I can tell you, as somebody with understanding of homeland security analysis, that Liberia is rapidly, somebody somewhere is trying to scatter the entire process so that you can either have an interim government or so you can either have a structure that will help them to escape responsibility. So I'd want you to keep the edition of your show so for future reference, because these actions are deliberate, and I think National Elections Commission is doing something different. So to end on that my point, former Vice President Joseph Boakai, from all indications, meant I think he just tried to send a caveat to those in charge of the process not to compromise it, because the voter appetite for change, the people's commitment on both sides, the ruling party is mobilizing. We all see that. The opposition bloc is also mobilizing. So it is a competitive elections, and that is not a secret. So for anybody to try to make it look like the opposition is so much far away from winning, it's a myth. And I think that propaganda is not holding grounds. You all see everything that is happening. I've been around for a while, and I know exactly how CDC operates. We know the movement of crowd from one end to the other, which is now been done this time around. It's something that CDC have never done in time past. So these are all red flags. These are all indicators that something is happening, and this process is competitive.
So if we are getting you tonight, what you're saying is that Ambassador Boakai spoke looking from a distance.
Guys, I gotta go to work.
Something, yeah. We're going to take you. We're coming to you. Cindy has already told me that he agrees, so that we skip him and come to you, so you make your point. But if I'm getting you, Minister Woolsey, what you're saying is that Ambassador Boakai, first of all, was not wrong to make that statement. Secondly, he was making the statement based on what he has seen from a distance, either something that the ruling establishment is planning to do, judging from the red flags from the National Elections Commission. You think those were the background from which he made those statements?
Yeah, that's why I said he spoke contextually, and he drew his analysis or his conclusion from different indicators coming from deliberate compromises of due diligence, lack of due diligence in the way the Elections Commission is going ahead with instituting its statutory mandate, which poses threats or send out an inference that there could be compromise of policy intended to put one side at an advantage against the general interest of the vast majority of the voting population, which is going to undermine the integrity of the entire process. And that is the ratio of security implications that Ambassador Boakai, being a veteran politician, tried to flag.
Wow. Okay, let's move to our sister Justina and see if she wants to go. Justina, you have 2 minutes to make your point on this. As one of the females here on set, you watched the video, you listened to this statement from Ambassador Boakai. A lot of people have had mixed reactions about this. What's your take on it? Do you see this statement as something that was timely in the first place?
It is timely, and there is nothing wrong with that statement. So let me go to the Liberian, the local Liberian English. Hey, my people, when people break them my horse here, they are finio. Does that mean they break my horse? They will kill me? Does that mean that? Hey, my people, when they break their market here, we finio. We finish. Does that mean they to break their horse? They kill us? Let's take an example when Mary Brown was cleaning taking the houses from the sidewalk. There was a time she was breaking the church. And the church pastor said, hey, y'all move the church from here. I finio. Was she killing the pastor? No. Joseph Yuma Boakai was speaking to locals. And we should understand that when you're speaking to local people, the tone and the language you speak, it got to be to their local way of understanding. So it's not like when you speak, that's why I tell a lot of people, the Liberian people, majority, we claim to be educated, but we lack of understanding, especially grammar. We lack of grammar understanding. When people speak, then we take it, we don't analyze it, we just run. We move the comma, we move the period, we just do everything, we combine it, one sentence that we run. He said, first, we need to protect our ballot.
Yeah, that's where he started from.
Thank you. He said this election is crucial and important. If they want to cheat, it cannot hide. He said it cannot hide. But if they do it, then Liberia is finished.
So why is he trying to tell you that even if they do it, you're not going to fight them, but the economy will be bad?
Did he say Liberia is finished, or that's the end of the country? No, the video is here. Let's watch this video again, Justina. Let's take a look at
That's why you have to protect it. If they think they will see this election, you will not lie. Because if you do it, that's the end of this country. And we're not going to allow that to happen.
End of this country.
Yeah, but the thing is this: can a country end? You and I, in English term, can a country end? That's what I'm saying. A country cannot end. So he was speaking in terms of economic. No country can end. You and I know that the earth not coming open to destroy Liberia as a nation for it to be wiped off the map. No, they're not nuclear coming for us. So he was speaking politically and he was speaking in terms of economic. He said then the country end.
What
because everything will be destroyed. Everything. Right now, the government already taking money. The government taking money for the construction people in Cape Mount and Bombi until the managing director and all the expatriates run away. They flee the country. Overnight, they flee the country. Right now, they read that report to the EU against the government. How they be intimidated. If we were to talk about whose statement can destroy the peace, what's about the woman Jefferson Kochi said? We will fight with our blood. This election is about life and death. Jefferson Kochi said it just recently. The president said it just recently. He said this election is life and death. That is even more dangerous than what Barker said. And if you look at the picture from the government side, who brought in arms in the country that they cannot give account of? Why did they bring in sniper weapons? These are the places supposed to be directed. Not Barker who said, if they rig the election, then the country end. Country end mean war.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a whole lot for making a contribution. I see you are in a hurry to go to work. So yeah, we appreciate you. We're going.
But I'll be listening.
Okay, so we'll move to Cindy, and then we'll come back to Ami, the rescue needs on the show. Cindy, you are here tonight on the show. You represent Mr. Cummings. You represent the CPP on the platform. You are known for being very objective when it comes to these kinds of issues. You listened to the statement from former VP Boakai. You watched the video. What's your analysis of that?
Well, let me start off here by respecting Big Brother Sylvester Johnson, who was very, very honest. And I would say he was on point. I want to disagree with Minister Woolsey on several of the things he's talking about here, and also my sister Justina. Look, when communication is not clear, it creates misunderstanding and different interpretations. The vice president, the former vice president communication, at least this time, was not clear. And that's why we are here trying to figure out what he was trying to say. Minister Woolsey, I agree with you. If we look at his past and his character, we can agree that he's a great man. And he may not be able to bring any harm to Liberia. But people then will say, let's look at his affiliates. And the recent statements that have been made from his affiliates that are still being interpreted in different forms and shaped by Liberians. The like of Prince Johnson, his VP candidate, Yeke Koluba, those are his affiliates. So while it's true that he don't have any record, quote unquote, record of bringing harm to Liberia, we can say people around him maybe do. Could they be influencing him? That's the what I'm saying. I'm in this position because his communication is not clear.
So, Cindy, sorry, let me interrupt you a little. Is it going to be fair? Will you be fair in this case to want to connect, maybe his affiliates to the statement that he is making at this particular point?
I hope not to come out disrespectful, but I would say that I would say, show me your friend and I will know who you are. It's a common statement. Show me your friends, I will know who you are. Hello. Mama, let me be respectful. Give me my time.
Let's give
Cindy. We are talking about a statement that was made. Let me enjoy my time. I have the floor. So the communication wasn't clear. That's the point. The VP was not exact. The VP said when we don't want an election to be rigged. All of us agreed. I agree that the CDC could rig this election. They are doing everything to keep power. So when someone speaks against rigging the election, I support them. But when you say it will be the end of Liberia, and Justina said Liberia, can a country end? Well, for 15 years, we were not a country. I will tell you that. For 15 years of our nation history, we were in war, killing each other, destroying our infrastructure. Well, you can shake your head, you can disagree that we have a country, but we were nowhere. That, to me, is an end of a nation. Liberia is trying to wake up from that. When people say we end back in the bush, when people say there'll be revolution awakening, when people say the country will end, it leaves speculation. People start to wonder. I don't think he meant harm. But again, his communication was not clear. It leaves room for a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of interpretations. So we asked the VP to come back to the Liberian people and tell us exactly what he meant.
Finally, Sandy, did this statement did they take away from him politically, or did they add anything into him?
Well, I mean, people have to interpret what he meant. I will hope that he will come back to save my people. The same thing Prince Johnson did. He had another interview and he tried to clarify what he was saying. I will hope the vice president will clarify. But I mean, a lot of people can agree. We cannot get in the brain of the vice president, Woolsey. You can't. You can say that the vice president didn't mean harm. He's talking about we will end the country and so forth. You can't do that. What does it mean by the country will end? It could be that the we administration will end the country. They will further destroy the country, which I believe they can do. It could also mean that the people will rise up. It could mean that. It could also mean that people will turn back into the bushes. So what exactly is the VP trying to tell the Liberian people?
Okay, but where exactly do you stand with that statement?
Well, it leaves room for a lot of interpretation. The his statement wasn't clear. He needs to further explain what he meant to
Thank you. People. Thank you very much, Sandy, Mr. Kumis, Sandy Kumis, for making your contribution. Let's move to our sister Amin. Amin, you've been following the show. You watched the video. What's your take on that? You have 2 minutes.
Well, nothing. Like, I agree with Mr. Johnston. He's right. The vice president left room for interpretation. But we all know, depending on what side of the aisle you're on, you will make it sound like everybody will start backing that low already. If you're on the other side, the side that always want to catch you, we got something on him, who's always looking for something wrong to say. The vice president said nothing that none of us have ever said on this show, never said, or anybody else in the country. 6 more years of George Weah will be like there's no more Liberia. We will be finished. There will be the country that's already in a chaos is like a gangster paradise. 6 more years is a terrible thing. He may have said that word may have been, he didn't close what he meant by explaining all of that, but we all know that's like, according to Mr. Johnson, according from his past and his character, we know he's not bringing no bazooka and whatever. But the other side, it depends what side you're sitting on and want to score a political point. Oh yeah, he said war will come, and it won't. Yeah, and that's that, which is disgusting for people to be doing all of that, be taking his statement out of context. Like you said, you're not sure what he's saying. It may be mid, it may be that. Then stop thinking that he meant war. If you don't know what he's saying, stop concluding that he meant that he would burn the country down. Stop saying that if you don't know what he meant. Just say, oh, let him explain it to us. But look at it, look at what he's saying. He's talking about that people must bring war, and Prince Johnson on his side. Prince Johnson has supported Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, supported George Weah. He never came over to anybody to sit down there and bring war and something. Yes, you people can say it, but sometimes people can do bad things in the past. I'm not anywhere here standing up for Prince Johnson for what he's done in the past. But some people can want to change. But you reminding them of that bad things that they have done over and over and over again. You're giving them no time to change. Because you're making it, and every one of us here, we have made mistakes in our past. We've done so many bad things. I don't think any of us want the moment we say something and then people start bringing that bad thing that we've done in the past into our faces and say, oh, you done this one before, so this is what is going to happen. No. The bush thing, I understand my brother Cindy is very paranoid when somebody says bush. This bush, nobody want to go by in the bush, none of us. But guess what? Nobody want. We have to rig election and keep it as well. And
now there are two aspects to this. The aspect where he's sending the caveat, he's sending a warning to the National Elections Commission if the condition, and the other aspect where he's talking about what's going to happen next. That is if the National Elections Commission fails. Which of the two you think was more important, was more of an essence, especially at such an occasion like where the vice president was over the weekend?
Well, I think there was both. They were, if you would have explained that, this country, the way they're carrying it, once they finish, this is what's going to happen, it was going to be okay. But he didn't say it. It is important that everybody, the majority in Liberia, they are tired. They don't want to go on 6 more years of life. And as a leader, you have to stand with your people.
Thank you.
Encourage them that, yes, I stand with you. This is what you said this. You will not stand for it. And yes, I stand with you. And that is what he was trying to do. And like I said, only the other people want to score political point. They don't believe that. But just to say, oh, the other guy said it, they're making look bad. That's exactly what's going on. But none of them believe that the former vice president would bring AK to Concord. Yeah, people would get in the street and people shoot. Now in the bush, because nobody in the bush. Start from Monrovia, where they're sitting at, not from Butu, not from Batara, not from anywhere.
Thank you. Let's hold you there. And I see Toure, instead of cheering for
you gotta go your hometown in Batara.
Cheering for you. But let's take Prince. Prince, go ahead.
The man on the same path. The man supporting the idea.
Prince, go ahead.
All right.
Let's hear you.
First, let me say good afternoon to everyone on the panelists, and then good morning to the people in Liberia and the rest of the world. First and foremost, Ambassador Boakar's statement today does not justify that Liberia will go to war. That's number one. From my perspective, you see the reason why everybody else spoke, they spoke their own word, their own mind and understanding of how they took it. That's number one. Two, right now, everybody are not looking at what United Party is pushing on or wrecking election. I don't see the Vera Party standing by them coming up, notifying the world that what is going on by the Election Commission. We're not seeing that, but we're taking Ambassador Boakar's statement as a caveat to just be all over the place. Instead of saying we got 10 more days to election, the voter roll is not even up yet. That's number one. Two, you just have ballot documents and ballot materials entering the country today. The first 3 trucks that were being shown. People are not looking at that. You know, when Minister Wilson said that you gotta look at it from the security aspect, I'm looking at it from that point also.
Okay.
But telling you the first thing first, watch 2017 election. What happened? The Temple of Justice said what? They said that what? Irregularity at the election commission. But people writing their names in copy book. That's number one. So it's fascinating. But Omer Boakar said, I don't need no block on my hand. I don't need no problem. I agree. Open, you won the election. Quietly, soundly, he spoke. So by now, for you to come to tell Liberian people in the common way that if you will sit down here again and allow this brother to put you guys again in another 6-year period, this country will completely not be Liberia. It will be completely dead. Liberia will suffer again for the 6 more years. Now, let us look at the other side. If you see right now, only Unity Party you see pushing all these caveats about election rigging.
about voter roll. Who did? Can anybody yet? I have not heard Terrell Gonglo coming out to say, oh, the voter roll is not being published, and SYZ or even a sportman. I have not heard CDC. But now we come back to Chawazen Kochi. When he said the election is left and deaf, nobody took it as a sheet to pick it up to start running with it. But besides that, they're trying to take our mind from on what we're on with the election commission and all of them pertaining the voter roll. They're trying to sling it on the statement of on Mabwaka.
Now we're about to go to Ray, but just before moving to Ray, the last time someone made similar statement was Senator Prince Yelugbe Johnson of Nima County.
Right.
The next thing we saw was that the Joint Security came up with a statement terming the comment from Senator Prince Johnson as a threat to national security.
Okay.
You know,
go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, the term is statement as a threat to national security. What do you foresee here with this statement coming from Ambassador Boakai? What do you think is going to happen next, considering that he's a major political figure in the country?
All right, good, Nelson. Nelson, first and foremost, again, let me say, the statement by Honorable Boakai, it never meant no threat to the Liberians. That's number one. Number two, that I have to say, we got over 45 political parties. Am I right? Maybe we'll say we take 20. Yeah, maybe we'll say we take 20 that really down on the face of Liberia right now or around. Now, have you heard these people speaking on what is going on right now with the election commission? After you got 10 days to election, 10 days to election. So I want Senator Barra understanding or caveat to the word that look, listen, Liberians have suffered too long. I agree, I'm calm, I'm cool, I'm quiet, but don't take my leniency as a shield to be able to plot another drum. No, don't do it. If you do that, even myself will be so calm, I will really be in the street for my people to liberate my people. That's what the market is sending out.
Thank you. Let's take Ture. Ture, you are on this platform representing Councillor Tiawon Gonglo. You're always speaking to the issues. You watch the video, you listen to the comment from Ambassador Boakai. You have seen the different reactions since that statement came out. What's your analysis of that? Did Ambassador Boakai really mean war when he talked about end Liberia? What do you think?
Well, first thing first, let me acknowledge my senior man on here, Mr. Samuel Woozy. What's up, Chi? And to my Liberian people, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I don't see war. I don't sense war. I don't feel war. Right? The former VP is victim of what we consider as misinterpretation.
Victim of misinterpretation.
Victim of misinterpretation. You see, and I totally understand. You see, I and the minister are coming from the same line of thought. Contextually, politicians, clergymen, imams, they speak contextually. And for you to be able to understand them, you have to actually go through with that same thoughts. That's why knowing your audience in public engagement is very, very important. If the VP would have made this in any other place with the understanding of people within that gathering, the thing would have been taken out of context as much as it has.
You think it was the wrong place?
Oh, absolutely. Well, absolutely. I mean, the level of understanding of our people, we cannot take that out of context in itself. All right. And why are we missing the conditional clause? We're talking about if. That's something that a lot of people are not even putting into context in itself. If. Now, if you're not going to rig an election, right? Why bother about this? If you're not gonna, or you're not playing about rigging the election, why bother about it? And if he said finish, I will agree with Sandy. Finish could mean so many things. And if we are to call a VP today, it could be one of those numerous things that Sandy have listed here. Labrock will finish because of the proliferation of drugs. Labrock will finish because of the depleted infrastructure and health.
But Toure, you as an individual, what do you think he meant when he said finish?
What I really thought he meant, it's all of the things that I've just listed. Labrock will finish. You have to take it from the literal standpoint. He probably was speaking literally. Labrock will finish literally. All right? So are we missing that too? Literally speaking. Maybe if the VP would have said he's speaking literally, then Labrock will finish. Then obviously we could all come here and just forget about it and start thinking about the bigger picture. Does this government or this CDC-led administration have any intent to
20 seconds? 20 seconds.
If they don't have any intent to rig the election, I don't think we should even concentrate on this discussion. Let's try talking about something bigger that I personally feel that is a bigger story than what we are discussing right now. Because from a contextual
something that is a bigger story than what we're talking about now. You mean something like this? You're talking about something like this?
This government must go. This government must go.
And that's what you're talking about today.
Don't do that to me, man. Don't do that to me.
The man is talking about something big. I play the main political leader video. Then he say, "I will not do that one to him."
No, I think Toure just provided a clear analysis or perspective on the issue of discussion, and I agree with him. I have also shared this with some political stakeholders back home from the ruling party. I've advised the media team to focus on talking about the milestone achievement of the PAPD, sectoral impact, instead of running with Joseph Boakar's statement. We made those statements in 2017. As the former director of press and propaganda and strategic planning of the CDC campaign, right? I remember when the former president Olusegun Obasanjo entered the country in 2017, we made threatening remarks. We threatened the Nigerian community. We said all kinds of things. Look,
okay, great.
All these cross conversations during political heated arguments are simple. Now, I listened to my brother from the ANC or from the communist camp, and I was not surprised. I'm not part of their whole hate between ANC and Unity Party, but I just try to provide an overview, a clear, independent perspective, right? And I'm finding it difficult. Now, he's not just the only person. Almost all ANC people think Joseph Boakar meant he will carry a nuclear weapon to Nigeria. For some reason, I don't know why they're doing that, but I think we've got to be fair to the country. Now, this is about getting a clear, independent analysis about what he actually meant. Why is it true that we are not trying to define the statement in our own context? What we try to do is to speak from a more independent, patriotic perspective. There are a lot of things happening in Liberia. Somebody who I respect, Councillor Tiawan Gongolo, just talk about it. He's focusing on the issue of fighting corruption, fighting generally malfeasance in the system, right? Now, what are the other presidential candidates talking about? Like the brothers there, candidate, Mr. Alexander Cummings. He's totally disconnected from the voters. It is not a secret. Now, so there are lots of things that we see. I've been around for a while. I'm here in America. I've been on the ground. I know the political system. I can tell you that your candidate is totally disconnected from the voters. You got to give the voters more money. It's an opportunity. They're going to eat that money, but you're going to see the result. So look, so he didn't mean why it is true that I am not one of the mainstream Unity Party propagandists or with them, running their campaign. But I sit here, analyze all the videos, listen to all the recordings, and I even advise some of our friends from the ruling party. Every time I say it to them, they get angry to go on social media and start to insult. instead of running with trivial issue, our stakeholders we ourselves have been making similar statements like that. When we say this election is blood, it's a democratic process. You from the ruling party should not be saying it's left and deaf. What do you mean? What's the inference?
And that's
It's a democratic.
exactly what I was
It is a democratic process.
when
It is
you
a
guys
democratic
made the
process.
statement-
I have
when you
personally,
made the statements
hold on 1 minute.
Yeah,
I have personally rebuked a lot of members of our party, and because if you are in the control seat and you start to say this election is about left and deaf, the inference you're making is that you're going to not just go to the ballot box, but you're going to flog people. You're going to instruct actors within the national security infrastructure to go after people, if possible, eliminate some people. That's the national security inference you're making. So people should understand that you're running a country. Let's assume they put you there for 2 years. After 2 years, you either turn over to ANC, to Unity Party, to LPP, or to some other person. Now, when you set bar basis, Manasali never used that word before doing the campaign. Neither did anybody doing the Unity Party time use that word during elections time.
Talking about the
So-
sweat and blood.
Yeah. So when you say you defend the revolution with your sweat and blood, why are you going to the battlefront? We received news that somebody brought in guns outside the AFL or the paramilitary structure arsenal. Where are those arms? Who brought in the sniper weapons? For who? Who did you bring it for? If the AFL cannot give account of them, if the police cannot give account of them, where are the guns?
Okay. And I think that's a very important issue. So it means that when you made those statements yesterday, you did not have your eyes on war, but you actually had your eyes on the democratic process and how tense it was going to be.
So
Is
yes.
that what we're getting from you?
Yes. So focus now. So the focus now to me should be the ruling. For example, our side should be telling people what have we achieved with the PAPD. What have we achieved? How have we addressed the issue of justice? How have we addressed the issue of infrastructure? How have we addressed the issue of job creation? How have we addressed the issue of?
Thank you.
You understand?
It's fair that I get 30 seconds, please. I was punched
okay,
on a lot. I was punched on a lot.
Okay, you were punched on, but we're going to give you just 20 seconds because we have to move to Josh. Josh, I've been sitting since the show started. He hasn't spoken a word. Rudolph and Francis as well. So just 20 seconds, quickly. Cindy.
Well, thank you. I think we are moving the goalpost here, Minister Woolsey. Look, you can agree. You agree that a statement made by some of your seditians left room for interpretation. You said that. And you said that anyone, I mean, in your own words, that they could have been interpreted in so many ways. But you disagree that the ambassador's statement did not leave room for many interpretation. That was
No.
Hold on.
No. I don't want you to misquote me. I'm right here. The first thing, you're not going to push me to use your choice of words. I use the word inference. Now, which implied that his statement, I use the word contextually, which means and I drew that from the fact that his history, he doesn't have a history of violence, and it's just fair for me. I'm not trying to speak like you are speaking from the ANC perspective. I'm just trying to provide an overview.
I'm not speaking from anyone's perspective. I'm speaking from a perspective that is fair enough.
Okay, thank you.
I did agree with you that he may not have any intention to harm Liberia, but I also then went further by saying his
which I respect though.
For a lot of interpretation because his communication wasn't clear.
I didn't say no to that.
Okay. So I don't know then why we disagree to put me in a position that I'm that I'm trying to speak from.
I think we have to make progress. We have to make progress.
Yeah, one second. I don't think the ANC have a perspective or they have a particular standpoint when it comes to issue. While individuals might have their own direction, that does not mean the entire ANC have a specific direction.
Thank you.
On this particular topic, I think we all agree. Where I further my explanation was the affiliates. So all we need, all I hope, is that the vice president can come and explain himself.
Thank you. Josh Dan, thanks for joining us. You've been sitting since the show started. You want to weigh in your thoughts on this? Then we'll move to Rudolph. Francis, I see you're here. I see two other folks in the background. We got to move to our next talking point quickly, but go ahead, Josh.
Thank you, Nelson, and thanks to my fellow panelists.
And
you want to be audible a bit? Yeah.
Thank you, Nelson, and thank you, my fellow panelists. Am I audible now?
Yeah, you good.
Okay. And we're here to just analyze what the vice president said. We're here to insinuate, and we're not here to interpret. And we're just here to speculate on what he said. Only himself can interpret what he meant. So we will get our very perspective and our views. It doesn't mean that it's a fact. It's not a fact. It's just based on how we analyze or speculate or insinuate what he said. But my favorite UP supporters here have dwelt on it, and let me just go to my brother Cindy, who mentioned that we are sleeping with the devil. Let's look at the ANC. Who all the ANC is in bed with? Majority of the former National Patriotic Front members, the likes of Louis Brown, who said that they would burn the University of Liberia down. He's in bed with the likes of Louis Brown, and you're talking about that the vice president is in bed with people who can incite violence, who has the capability of inflicting pain and suffering on our people. My brother, you are in error. Yeah. When it comes to affiliating, the ANC has no grounds. They affiliate with anybody from anywhere because they are desperate and looking for people. So,
no, listen, don't hate on Cindy. There's a political period, man. I mean, the man needs vote. Mr. Cummins needs the numbers. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry for
go after George. I'll keep coming back to that.
Go ahead, George. George, take your remaining 30 seconds and conclude, Josh. Go ahead.
Let me go back in actualization to what the vice president meant. No, the government of Liberia has the will and power to protect the peace of this country. It's not upon any political party, it's upon the government of Liberia. The government of Liberia has perpetrated violence from the day they perpetrated violence against Tella Ure.
You mean from the day they perpetrated violence against Tella and okay.
The government, they went to the United States Embassy. Montgomery, Susulu from the University of Liberia, they beat that boy. Did they talk peace? They left from there in the news. The President Kimber, he said there was no CDC COP. Who are the CDC COP today? Affiliating with the likes of Jefferson Koji. Yeah? Affiliating with the likes of Moba Molu. Still, they are a registered funded organization under the CDC. We see them on their pulpit. So, my brother, coming back to what the vice president said, the vice president was only giving a caveat.
You think so?
No, I don't think so. In my own analyzation, he was just giving a caveat that you guys have the authority to protect the peace and respect democracy. If our democratic rights are played with, we have the power to protest, peacefully protest, and not come under the barrel of the guns. Thank you.
Thank you. Rudolph, take 2 minutes quickly. We take Francis. We got to move to our next topic quickly.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you. Politics is not a Sunday school party. Beat on Cindy. Thank you. Nelson, I will agree with Sylvester and everybody else who said that the former VP statement left room for speculations. That's true. But it's important that, it's often said that in order to predict a man's future, you should study his past. So I am going to speculate based on my study of the former vice president. This is a man who has never in his lifetime been involved with violence. So it's from that perspective that I will be analyzing his statement. I was on live yesterday. I said this I said the same things. Here is it. We are at a critical point right now. Liberia is almost in a drainage from Mr. Weah's first term. Right? So when the VP said that if they steal this election, this will be the end of Liberia. Gentlemen, he meant a lot of things in my own view because he is a man that does not know violence. He meant that there will be no more war against Kush. There will be a free flow of drugs in our country. We will have a very messed up education system. The economy will not provide jobs for the youth. And there will be a total form of backwardness
And with that, there is no country. Sandy, I know you are trying to tell us that, I mean, there is nothing like an end of country, but with that, there is no country. So that's what be meant. Nelson, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, man. Jerry, give me hard time.
Information.
Information. Just for quick, I never said that there is no such thing at end of a country. It was Justina who said that. I never said that. I debunked that. I debunked that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, Francis,
you said that there is no. Nelson, can I say something real quick?
Man, no interruption. I will soon put you in the back.
Sorry, if you want me to speak crowd, I will speak crowd, but I spoke English. I was simple. Justina said no end of a country. I said that's not true. I said our country ended when we're fighting. I said that.
We gotta move on. We're gonna fight into our time. Let's hear from our brother Francis. Francis Jabate.
Yes.
Okay, Francis, are you supporting any political? Which political party you support?
I'm non-partisan.
Non-partisan.
Yeah.
So you come here as a neutral guy tonight, right?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Thanks for the time. So for me, what I took from what former Vice President Barker said, you know, people get frustrated. Everybody's frustrated. So he was, based on what I took from it, he was just saying, hey, like other people previously stated, this country will be done. I left Liberia in 2004. My first time back was last January. And what I saw over there, it was worse than when I left Liberia in 2004. So there are a whole lot of problems, whole lot of things in the country that in this first 5.5 years of this president's term, look at what has happened. And then anybody in that right mind also to looking at the possibility of him getting another 6 years. That's pretty much what he's saying, in my view. So people can say all they want to say, and like you guys mentioned, he's non-violent, no violent history in his past. So people just want to distract the Liberian people from what the real issue is. And one of the real issue is this whole thing about the voter registration list and people not even knowing a polling station. The 10th is right around the corner. And who knows? A list can come up to next week, Wednesday. A list can come up Friday. And people can go to polling stations that they think they're supposed to vote at and say, oh, no, your name is not on the list. And where are that person going? Where will those people go and vote? Which party will be affected?
So you think those are the issues you are speaking to, and not war as others?
Let me tell you, the war never belongs to God. You know how we say it never belongs to God. But I can tell you, people are tired, are weary of war. When that nonsense happened, the first war back in 89 or 90, like people, you know, we like new thing. We think everything that never happened before is good. So people thought that was just going to be a quick thing and Doe was going to leave. But Liberian people have experienced war. Even Prince Johnson, an angel, said he can't bring war back again.
Okay. Thank you. Let's hold you there and go to Eston. And Eston, go ahead.
Nelson, how you all doing on the show today? Well, I'm just going to get straight to the point. There's an English word I call precipitates. So rigging an election precipitates action from the people. We profess to be a country by the people, for the people, of the people. So if you rig an election, action will be precipitated. So you're not going to expect in this day and age that you're going to rig an election because of your lack of comprehension. I'm speaking to CDC and whoever aligned themselves with CDC or George Weah. If you don't understand English, then that's your fault. But the former vice president spoke very clearly. If you do something wrong, there are repercussions. This is why we are here today, because a lot of people cannot discern simple English. And there should be absolutely nobody who went to school and completed formal school that cannot comprehend a simple, basic English. And today we are all jostling and tussling around with just a clear, upfront English that was spoken by somebody who
But Eston, do you really think that statement was clear as you're saying it? Simple, clear statement.
As not only just clear, it was crystal clear as daylight. He said, if you rig an election, something will be precipitated. The people are not going to sit back for you to rig an election in this day and age. And I see so many people who in the time past who alluded to election that is pending, if it were to be stolen by the incumbent or the powers that be, that the people will not revolt. Henry Costa have a tape. I'm just citing hypothetically. He have a tape on his show, the Costa show, that he said if George Weah rigged the election, he was going to leave from Liberia, the U.S. Sorry, when he was here to go to Liberia and protest in any way humanly possible. It don't have to be violent. Matter of fact, when Ambassador Baka said the country will be no more if we allow George Weah another 10 years, it's clear, it's truth. Look at where we are in terms of the Kush. It's destroying the country. People, children. Nelson, you all played a video the other day. A young man hair button on light pole. Can you imagine? Phantom that. A human being. Hair button on light pole. You have that video. I would prefer if you go back to that video and play it for the Liberian populace to see. Why are we twisting and turning your words around? That is clear-cut English. If you cannot understand English because George Weah aide, Sekou Carrasco, he made a post countering what Ambassador Baka said, and he took it down. I went to a page, it's no more up. It means you lack basic comprehension. Most people profess to graduate from college. Degree is just a piece of paper. Matter of fact, the more the people show their simplicity.
Thank you, my brother.
I feel that it doesn't matter these days if you have a formal education, because basic comprehension, it shows in people with common sense. Look at the like of Senator Dillon. When he speaks, people refer to him as the third grade man. But who in the house that can propagate the Liberian people and plead for the downtrodden masses compared to people like Senator Dillon?
Of course.
You know,
It's
just unfortunate basic English, and we're not going to go there and go with them. We leave it to them to interpret with the wish, but we know what we know.
Thank you. We're gonna go to the lines on this issue. When we come back, we'll just do this last topic and then we wrap up and go.
What's the difference between a failed state and a finished state? Right? Look, we're looking at Liberia right now. Look at everything. Look at all of our institutions. I mean, education, healthcare, human social development index. Look at all of those little things. All of the major things. And they are all failing, bro. The economy does not exist. The last time I checked, a failed state is a state that I don't have.
You think you have a country?
Can we equate this statement for Ambassador Boakai to that of what Senator Prince Johnson? No, I'm coming to that of what Senator Prince Johnson said in 2017. That Liberia will go to war if George Weah wins the election.
No. I think Prince Johnson was definite. He was clear. Prince Johnson said we'll go to war. The ambassador said Liberia will said, so he was clear. That's a clear communication. Anyone can understand that.
Okay, no, let's take it.
But when you say the first people, and that leave room for interpretation.
Mr. Cummins, please give me 1 minute, sir.
Okay,
so Senator Prince Johnson predicted that if George Weah wins the election, Liberia will go to war. George Weah won the election.
Exactly.
Are we experiencing the war?
Because people that brought war to Liberia.
Is there another war? No, listen. Is there another war we're experiencing now that Prince Johnson actually meant, that he was actually talking about when he spoke of Liberia will go to war back in 2017?
Absolutely.
But are we not fighting war now?
You want to take 30 seconds on this ish?
Nelson, quickly, I have to go. Let me just come in. Sorry, gentlemen. Now,
and ladies
and gentlemen, sorry. All right, so I found it somewhat difficult to speak negatively of Prince Johnson because I worked closely with Prince Johnson in 2017 from the CDC angle. I'm one person who knows exactly Prince Johnson's strength politically because I was deployed. I will use the word deployed. I was politically deployed in Nimba, in Bong and Nimba for some time to coordinate North Central propaganda and strategic planning along with Professor Winston Tappe for some time. So I know that Prince Johnson is highly respected, maybe more than even the president of the country, except for the local government structure in Nimba. He's highly respected. They call him Yelugbe. They still respect him in that area. Now, I traveled with President Weah and Senator Prince Johnson to all the towns he ever went to. All. So Prince Johnson is undoubtedly the godfather of Nimba. Don't let nobody fool you. I hear people making noise around. I just laugh. When you don't know, you in America here or somewhere in Europe, you're talking, just leave the people with their trouble. I was there with them. Butu, Kample, different towns. You go to the people celebrating Prince Johnson. Look, Prince Johnson, the 90% vote or more CDC got in Nimba came from Prince Johnson as a result of Prince Johnson's influence.
Yeah.
All right. So he's a kingmaker.
Okay.
That's
But
what he's.
That's what he's statement, and why did he say that?
Yeah, well, I don't know what time he made that statement because I know he was with CDC in 2017. So I don't know when in 2017 he made that statement.
Yeah, he made that prediction.
Okay, now because I know that he said something like that before endorsing President Weah's candidacy. So yeah, so he made a lot of contribution to this to the process. Although he made a statement, and he made a lot of other statements. He even said this coming election will be rigged. He said that a couple of years ago. So in all these kind of political contests, people make statements, tend to project. They tend to make some projections based upon their own experience from different angles. Now, I don't think anybody is planning to plunge Liberia into quagmire. I think our problem is somebody is just afraid of the competition. The election is very close.
Who's afraid of the competition?
Well, I don't know, but I keep telling my friends right in CDC, we are behaving like we are afraid of this whole competition, and we don't want any. Hold on. Let me just let you Nelson. Is that we don't want the thing to be like neck to neck, but we created the condition because we had a whole full crack team, and then we broke it down. Now,
Hallelujah.
And now you've reawakened because of your carelessness. You've reawakened Ambassador Joseph Jiman Bakas's ambition that was almost dead. So I believe that somebody should be able to take responsibility for their own carelessness that have reawakened the opposition's ambition. And now Cummings is aggressive, Joseph Baka is aggressive, and everyone in the opposition is aggressive. Tiawan Gongolo, the former lawyer of CDC, is also aggressive, and he does not want to see anything resemble CDC. So there's a big problem right here. Somebody in there is behaving as if they don't know that there is a problem. Inside the party, the ruling party, there is confusion. There is disunity. Why are we creating false optics? When we say they go on Facebook and call our mom, our pa, and our sister, our children, everybody. Now, so I hate, for me, what I don't like in politics is self-deceit. That's my problem. And that's why many people think I'm not going to be a politician, because there are a lot of things that I hate. When you have a glorious opportunity, and you screw up, now you want to put a blame on everybody. You want to create false optics, and you think that the media can make you holy when you have already screwed up everything everybody know. So it's just like Nelson, you are setting in a shop for somebody. The man bring guests, tell people that Nelson is eating 3 times a day. When you in a shop know that you are not even eating for 1 week, then there is a competition. He wants you now to vote for him or to tell you, say, yeah, Nelson, tell the people say you've been eating for the past 3 days. Now you've been starving for the past 1 week. So it's it's kind of confusing, and it's kind of mind-blowing, and it's totally out of context.
So so you're telling us that you're still a Sidician, right? You still Sidician?
Well, look, let me tell you something. I joined the CDC many years back, and I've not left the CDC. So by political association, I'm still a member of the CDC. I disagree. You know that I don't have it. I disagree. I disagree with. Hello. I disagree with a lot of things that happen. A lot of things, and I don't hide it. I've sent President Weah text messages. I've sent it to Twitter to many people. Twitter have called me names. It's up to him. I don't give anything about what he says. As a matter of fact, I don't need a political party to survive. No, I'm here doing very well in the diaspora, right? And the only thing you can do is you use your system or your influence to suppress what I have in Africa, which is not going to last forever. Because the better you get to understand and agree that government or a country is different from your private hegemony or your private property, the better it will be for you who in power or who controlling authority now, because it's not going to last forever.
Okay, so I just want us to move straight into our final discussion. Then we'll just take the call, and then we go. Let's look at Liberia, the political landscape after the first round. We have a lot of political parties now. Some are still claiming to be opposition. Some are closely working with the ruling establishment, though undercover. While others are very much clear about that. Like you have the MOVE, you have a lot of other political parties. In fact, they've joined the coalition for democratic change, bringing it up to 9 political parties or so that are in that coalition now. Let's look at the political landscape, the different actors, and what their positions will be. What are the possibilities for some sort of political merger, political marriage, a pledge of support, or what have you in the case of the second round? I want us to maybe take a minute or two on this. Let's take, for example, Mr. Cummings. Judging from everything, holding all factors constant, looking at the kind of person Mr. Cummings is there any possibility of Mr. Cummings throwing his weight behind Ambassador Boakai? Or are we going to see a kind of a CPP that is going to be divided, one side going towards Ambassador Boakai, in the case where the Unity Party and the CDC goes to a second round? Are we going to see a kind of CPP where one side is going to be leaning towards the CDC, another side going towards Ambassador Boakai? Or are we going to see a CPP that's just going to throw its weight behind the CDC? In the case of Dr. Clarence Monaba, in the case of Councillor Tiawon Gonglo, let's do some analysis around this. What are the possibilities of these kinds of political discussions or mergers? Yeah, Mr. Woozy, you want to go first? Then we'll
please, because I gotta go in 5 minutes. Look, let me tell you this quickly, right? I can tell you, I heard from somebody from the ruling party that Cummings is bringing ANC over, and I just laughed. You got something in statistics. Those who review the econometrics, they call optimism biasness. You can be optimistically biased. You understand, by making false estimation or whatsoever. Cummings wants to be president. Cummings is aware that there are very ambitious people in the CDC. Now he knows that if President Weah leaves, he will still be young. After 12 years, assuming that President Weah gets re-elected, President Weah will still be young. There are a lot of young folks in the CDC with great ambitions, right? Now, Dr. Clarence Monaba, if Dr. Clarence Monaba supports the CDC, for example, he does not have a future there. Let's assume you go to the party with older person, where you can easily get profile. It's different. So, in a nutshell, the election is very crucial. The risk is that somebody is depending on money that they can influence anybody. But I can tell you that ANC, for example, CPP, will be greatly divided. The Standard Bearer is going to recruit himself on the process in the second round. He may likely not want to support Joseph Boakai or Josh Weah. He will recruit himself on the process. When that happens, Mr. Belete is not going to go to the CDC because he's from Nimba. If he wins the elections, he will also strategically recruit himself on the process, and few of his men that he recommended to the CDC for job who are also insignificant, they will just go and give the CDC one vote. And vast majority of the people will start to look up to, for example, his kinsmen who are predominantly from ACOP, who may likely support Cummings in the first round, will then go back to the original party to decide that ACOP is going to go. And ACOP is going to be divided. Because ACOP, I have one person who also expressed concern. When we won the elections, ACOP supported us. We should have given them positions. I think we gave them one position. And they were super disenchantment. Some of their stakeholders are up to now still disenchanted. So I just told you fundamentally that we screw up glorious opportunity, and our friends don't want to agree. So that's why some of us keep watching the process.
And you think it's going to haunt you in the case of a second round?
Of course, I've said that repeatedly because nobody trusts somebody who betrayed them before. Now, the high risk is that if you give the man money, he's going to take the money, but he's not going to trust you because you betrayed him before. He thinks that he will just get what he can get from you. And most of his partisans will not support him because the first time they told their partisans to come to us, they came willingly because we never had money. And then we took over and then we nipped them in the butt. And we thought that, we forgot that our barber shop, the hair was going to still grow. Now we are at the point where we still need those people back. Now we were united before we came to power. When we got to power, then we started creating animal farm kind of stuff. New sedition, old sedition, real sedition, first sedition. Now there's a big problem.
You talked about Mr. Cummings, the division that's going to be there. Dr. Clarence Monaba. What's your analysis of him? You think he's going to throw his weight behind the CDC? Or
Dr. Clarence Monaba is young. He's aware of that. He's smart. He's aware of that. And his ambition is at a crossroad. And I hope he's listening to this edition of this program. Now, if he decides to go to an institution where that does not believe in competition and no like-mindedness, that is going to cause division as soon as you endorse them, that's going to also cause a problem for him. Let's assume you get a job. In 2 months' time, you get fired. Now it ruins your entire political ambition. Now, so it's about trust. Can I trust this side? If this side wins the election and make me minister proper or deputy minister, how long am I going to serve in the position? So as a presidential candidate, if I get dismissed in 1 year time, how would that speak to the integrity of my ambition?
Okay, let's look at Councillor Tiawon Gonglo, for example. Tiawon Gonglo, in the case of a second round, where do you think he's going to be going?
Let me tell you, Tiawon Gonglo is going to support the opposition. It's very clear. Tiawon Gonglo is one person who was betrayed by our party. I tell you what, I met him before and I interviewed him, and I will not tell you everything that he said, but he reflects some issues. He's an independent man. He used to be the lawyer for the party in opposition. He used to advocate for everybody.
Yeah.
Now, we didn't reach out to these people when we won because we thought we already got everything. We didn't need anybody. That kind of disrespectful, dismissive posture is what brought, that's what has led us to this point now where you got everybody competing. Nobody wants to settle down. Nobody trusts any negotiation. Nobody thinks this institution is reliable to enter a truce with them because they think it's a Sicilian methodology. So you use as chariot, and at the end of the day, you dump and push them in the ocean. So nobody wants to be victim of circumstances in this instant.
Okay. So if we got you right from your analysis of those top candidates, you think that the CDC is going to be more at the losing end. The CPP is going to be divided. You think Mr. Cummings is going to recuse himself from the entire thing at some point in time?
Yes.
And you think Mr. Bilete, the chairman, is going to throw his weight behind the CDC along with his...
No, he's going to do it covertly because he's from Nimba. He's Gio.
Okay.
He's Gio Mandingo.
He's going to do... tribal factor. He's going
and Magdi, I just told you strategically, he will not. He will not publicly do it, but he will do it strategically because he got few persons who he managed to recommend and they've been serving in nominal Kobo money positions in the government. They may let them go back to maintain their Kobo money jobs.
Kobo money again?
Anyway, they just down the line where they're close, buy their Chinese shoe and Kosu and go to work. They may let them go back to vote. They may retain those small jobs. But the vast majority of his kinsmen will not go that way. So this is the whole problem. And I want you to keep the edition of this program. Trust what I'm telling you.
Okay, so and you think that the Clarence Monaba is going to throw his weight behind the case of a second round between the Unity Party and the CDC? You think that the Clarence Monaba is going to support the Unity Party? You think so?
Clarence Monaba is a Unity Party man. I know that personally. He's a Unity Party.
That could just be a breaking news here.
He's a Unity Party idol. I know that I have he served in the government. I have pictures of him wearing Unity Party regularly. I got all those stuff. So I know that personally. But he's a presidential candidate though, so I don't want to disrespect his ambition. I respect him. I have met him before. We've talked, and I know. I mean, he got good IQ. and he's somebody with good prospect. And I think getting the right people around, putting himself in the right circle, could easily make his ambition, his future more glaring and more
thank you,
attainable.
Okay,
Minister, you are spoken exceptionally well.
So let's move to Cindy. Cindy, you are the CPP guy on the show. Let's do a bit of analysis around the political space from your own look of things. Assuming there's a runoff, there's a second round between the CDC and the Unity Party. What's your own evaluation of the top candidates in the race right now? Where do you think they're going to be throwing their weights, and what are the possibilities for that?
Well, given that this is an assumption, and that,
and I like
that, with my belief that it will most likely be the CPP and the UP, but again, we are assuming here.
Yeah,
look,
assuming.
I have said on this show several times that we have a common denominator. So I'm not here to tell you what Mr. Cummings may most likely do. But I'm here to tell you what I will hope that Mr. Cummings should do for the benefit and the betterment of our country.
Okay.
And what I will hope that Mr. Alexander Cummings will do is to stand behind the opposition community to defeat the George Weah administration that has destroyed the country. That would be my hope. That would be my expectation, because that's what I would want. I'm here first for Mr. Cummings because I believe in him, but I'm also here for anyone but George Weah.
Okay. So now
I do not want to speculate for them. I do not want to think what they may do, because I have not had direct communication with Cummings to talk about what he's going to do, or Dr. Clarence Moluba, or what he's going to do, or Mr. Tiawan Gonglo. I mean, I can say clearly that yes, Tiawan Gonglo, most likely, he's not going to go for George Weah. I will be fair on the show that I cannot say that exactly for Mr. Cummings, because I have
no, come again with that. You're saying that you are so certain
from several indications,
from all indications that Councillor Tiawan Gonglo, regardless of what it turns out, he's going to throw his weight behind the opposition. If it's the Unity Party and the CDC in the run-up, he's going to throw his weight behind the Unity Party. But you can't say that about Mr. Cummings.
That is because I have not heard him say it directly, and that is because I have not had any direct conversation with him to talk about any of that, right? But I think I've heard Mr. Gonglo say something like that, and I've seen indicators that Mr. Gonglo's direction is clear when it comes to this particular topic. But again, we are fighting a common ground. We are fighting for the survival of our country. We are fighting for the betterment of Liberia. We are fighting for a better economy. We are fighting for a Liberia that will be that is worth for all of us. We are fighting to restore the image of our country. So we have a common ground. We may come here and fight because we are still in the battle. We are still on the battlefield. I'm still selling Mr. Cummings. My friends are still selling the UP. I mean, Mr. Ambassador Boykai. But at the end of the day, our common denominator is the betterment of Liberia. And we all know that George Weah cannot do it. So anyone but George Weah, but Mr. Cummings first.
Okay, thank you. So let's hear from Sylvester. Yeah, you wanted to come in?
Yeah. You know, for the ANC people, right?
Okay, you just want to do your thing now, right?
Yeah, let me just do it. I don't even stay long on the one, because I know Tiawan Gonglo will join us. I know that the Moluba will join us. But for the ANC, beat it on record. I think everybody now watch that video. But saying he would never, he used the word never support Unity Party in second round. So if my brother Sandy, Sandy, I respect you so much. Like I said, you're the only ANC man that can speak the truth. If our government looking for people to employ in government, let you be one of the best serving presidents. No, that be friend. You can say that. You always say the truth, brother. Let me say this to you. But for the ANC people, majority of them recently, Stanton asked,
sometimes
asked that are rated in that question. She said she would never support the United Party. She prefer to remain mute, or she support the CDC.
So Moba, where do you think Councillor Tiawan Gonkwo is going to go in the case of
UP.
Okay.
I can say
Dr. Monumba.
UP. That my man, look, I come in. Let me come in now. Let me conclude. You hear Prince, right, on the show, right? Prince on the show, when they asked him that question, he said, so anything they said behind the back, right? That's at the back, they will bring it to the front. He said it on the show. When CEO asked him, he said, I will support United Party 100%. He not said 99.9. He said, I will support United Party 100%. So being on the show as a spokesman, being on the show as a spokesman for Moniba, he represents Moniba. So whatever they say at the back or say at the back, he will bring it to the front. But ANC people, my man, we not even want them. They can go.
Can I ask one question?
Don't say that.
We get record on Bilete.
No, listen, we gotta go.
The common people will need them because the common people get sent. They will say, you know what? We're not going back to our seeing OD.
Great. That's what we do. I mean, if you're taking 5 seconds, then just do your thing and just be done.
Okay, yeah. I will just do my thing.
Okay, you have 1 minute to make your analysis around that.
Okay, yeah.
Let me say, Mikey Hill, thanks for joining us on the show. Thanks a lot. I saw you've been in the background for a very long time. Thanks a lot. But go ahead.
So first we'll start with Mr. Cummings, right?
The possibilities.
I mean, Mr. Rosie spoke well, honestly. Judging from what we have analyzed, knowing that Cummings is working with Madam Salif. I will say it again. Cummings will announce that he will be neutral, hoping that his following will go to CDC. But guess what? They will fail him because the people themselves, people like Sandy, are true to themselves. So they will go the way of UP. So that will be a failure for
me. Sandy Ray, you talking that kind of thing on the menu, but they say silence means consent. Silence means consent.
I don't want to be pointing it back. So I'm being a good child. I don't want to be pointing it back. So I try to be a good child, please. Sandy said it himself. Sandy said he will hope.
Sandy has a good record on the issue of not interrupting.
Right?
Please don't get Sandy, boy.
No, Sandy said it. He said that he will hope that Cummings support JMB. So that tells you that even if
he doesn't trust his political leader. He doesn't trust that the man will, Anyway, thank you, Rudolph. Rudolph, you've exhausted your time. Rudolph, thank you.
Man, this is unfair. Can I ask my question now to Sandy, please?
Okay.
Even though I have not talked about Tiawan or Dr. Monumba, but you say I am.
Okay, Tiawan and Dr. Monumba. Let's do Tiawan and Dr. Monumba before you.
As for Tiawan, I think Tiawan is the only guy in this race who is real when it comes to the top guys. I think he will go with UP. Dr. Monumba, I mean, I am not sure. But if you ask me, I mean, I think he is also a reincarnate of Madam Salif. I think he will also say I am neutral, hoping that his following will go to CDC, but they will not again. They will fail him too. But I will ask Sandy real quick. Sandy, if for any reason Mr. Cummings come up and say I am neutral, will you be disappointed?
You want to conclude, Rudolph? You stuck?
No, can you hear me?
Rudolph, are you with us?
We can hear Rudolph.
Are you with us?
I'm happy with my brother that way.
So just in case Mr. Cummings come up and say I am neutral.
I'm not hearing Rudolph.
I am
supposed to go by
Nelson, can you hear me?
I'm hearing you.
But go off and come back. Nelson, go off and come back. So now I got him.
But really got free time.
No, you got
No. He asked Sandy a question. Let's see.
I got your question. I got your question. I would not be disappointed. Well, I am a Liberian. Mr. Eddie Zanakomi is a Liberian. Let Mr. Eddie Zanakomi has his position as to who he wants to support. If, and I'm saying if he's not in the second round, He's a Liberian. He can choose where to go. He can choose to be silent. He can be public. Listen, you will say because he's a leader, he's a Liberian. If Mr. Cummings says, I'm going to be neutral, you guys go and make your independent decision, I will even respect that. Then for Mr. Cummings to tell me, you must go with this person. At that stage, let me, as an individual Liberian, decide who I want to vote for. But again, I tell you that I hope that he, as a Liberian and as a leader, will make the right decision.
Sandy, sorry to say, you trust a political leader, Sandy. Sorry,
I trust the man, but I'm not going to say, I'm not going to come here and speculate.
Let's go to our sister Amy.
And quickly, since I have 1 second, more about that statement you made, I hope you take it back. I hope you take it back, my brother. Don't be the judge me. Don't be the judge me.
Let's give the female her time to speak. Can you unmute? The lady is about to speak.
Answer my question here, but
the female is about to speak.
We answer October 10.
Go ahead.
So the whole thing is that when it comes to the political leaders, from what I'm seeing, I think Mr. Cummings is gonna hold out. Even if he doesn't go openly supporting the CDC, he's gonna sit on the fence. And Mr. Tiawan Gongo is gonna support any opposition that comes in the second round. And I hope, I don't know much about Maniba, but I hope he will. But the whole thing about this is that if you telling if we all saying that we all agree, all the opposition, that Judge Weah is bad for the country, then because you didn't make it in the second round as the leader, you decide to sit on the fence or tell your supporters to support CDC. Does that mean, what you were telling us, you are doing lip service, or you really truly believe what you were telling us? And that because it didn't go your way, your personal aspiration wasn't achieved, so you rather the country go down the drain for the second 6 years. And because, to be honest, all the opposition leaders, they're not going through what the regular people are going through. They are not feeling, Mr. Cummings is not feeling what market man feeding in the market, what Mr. Kurma is feeding, what Mr. Morba is feeding. No, none of them feeding it. Those are the people, and the other guy out of the way. What the people are feeling, they're not feeling it. So if I'm a supporter of Mr. Cummings and you come to me and tell me that I'm not doing anything, I'm going to sit out or go ahead and support Judge Weah, I'm not even going to look at you in 2029 if you decide to run, because I know that you don't care for Liberia. Because if you can see Liberia going down this drain, and then because it's not you personally, so you want to let it to go through that, or you want me to go through that for another 6 more years because it wasn't you, then I don't look at you as somebody who really cares for Liberia. You in it for yourself and yourself only. So I think they should be careful when they're making that decision.
Let's go to the three top candidates quickly. Councillor Tiawan Gongo, first of all, in the case of a second round between the Unity Party and the CDC, where do you think he's going to go?
Tiawan Gongo, I always said he would support the opposition.
Okay.
Dr.
Monumba.
Dr. Monumba was asked on his phone and he couldn't answer the question. He said when the time reaches or whatever, and nobody was saying that you have already been pulled out of the race. Shoot, in case, but still he couldn't answer the question, so I don't know about him.
Okay. Mr. Cummings.
Which is a very easy question.
10 seconds, right? 10 seconds.
No. Come in. Let's have I mean to answer to just complete your answer. You're coming, Moba. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings. In the case of a second round, CDC and
I have a strong belief with people with supporters like Dr. Franstein and E. Remy Gradle, who when they hear Joseph Baga name, is not be like, ooh, something else. I feeling the GBDs and all of that. I don't believe Mr. Cummings and Benedict are going to support if it's Ambassador Barker in the second round. They're not going to support. He's going to sit out. He's going to sit it out. Even if he doesn't public this to put a CDC, you're gonna act like what he did in 2017.
So
that's exactly what he's gonna do.
Thank you.
And it
Abby.
left for
Thanks for that.
the supporter now because they don't own the people's hearts. It left for the people
you.
what they are feeding now to do what a political leader who's not feeding what they're feeding or going to what they're going to do. Tell them say do this and you go ahead and do it.
Thank you. You know. Interestingly, all of you at the Unity Party men are asking for Kumi's vote. Josh is asking this question. This is interesting. Josh said, if Kumis had been in prison by now,
we will not answer Josh's question on
no, man, don't make that man really bring you back. Let's go ahead.
He said, will you support Baka? You know, but listen, I think he's going back.
We'll not answer that man.
No, listen now, gentlemen.
If you put all the people in the comments, no comments out and answer, then you can put Josh in the comments out and answer.
You have to come down with it.
You got a lot of people in the comment section that asking questions that making comments. You don't put it out to answer. Then don't put George. Don't put George.
No. Nobody got problem with George, my man.
There are a lot of.
We gotta move on.
There are a lot of good comments there that you can pick for anyone.
Oh, so I think the other comments are correct.
It's politically motivated.
Yeah,
this is a political show. Everything here is political. But we gotta move on. I think
I just want to add to my sister, right? I don't want to add to her. For Gonglos, or not Gonglo, but Dada Monuba, right? His spokesman on Spoon, he said it clearly that they will support the Unity Party. But
I understand that, but he himself will ask that question.
Yes, he said it, but Dada really said they will never support Unity Party. That's where we're coming from. Ain't you understand?
Okay.
So it's clear. It's clear.
We gotta move on. We gotta move on. We need to go to the lines. A lot of people want to call in now. The people want to make their point.
Yeah, but as a non-partisan person, let me just may wants to maybe like.
And that's in couple of didn't have the time to chime in on this.
We gotta go to the lines. Okay, no, but we have Hill here. He'll go ahead and make your point.
But I've not even spoken. I've not even spoken yet.
But Nancy, are we
too much. That's why you're missing all of us.
Okay, guys. So let's do this. Let's take 1 minute on this ish. Let's take 1 minute. So let's start with Sylvester. Let's clear the people up there. Let's start with Sylvester. Right. And then we can come down to Ture. And then we'll go to Francis. Rudolph, you made your point on this, right?
No, I did not make a point. Sylvester did not make a point on this.
Okay, so Sylvester, go ahead, sir. Go ahead, Sylvester.
Well, this election is Liberia versus Josh Manawia. Anybody that goes against the Liberian people, any candidate in this election that goes against the Liberian people, Liberian people will punish you in the end. For Cummings, I can tell you for free, he would not come up publicly to say, I support a Unity Party. His attitude and behavior of 2017 aided Josh Weah for us to have that nightmare. When he told his people, y'all go vote any way y'all want to. And that's how Josh Weah got a lot of percentage in the second round. Okay? You have to, if you say you are for the opposition, be for the opposition. And the way the ANC, most especially those in the hierarchy, those who are surrounding Cummings, the way they hate on UP, I don't see them hate on CDC like that. They go after UP with all their might. And as an opposition, you can't do that. You can criticize, but like the big upness, the ability, the Moriah Yakula, the Muna Fahar, you name it.
So you think because of that, they're not going to throw their weight behind the Unity Party? So let's go to Councillor Gonglo and
I really want you to allow me to say something.
No,
Nelson,
we'll
if you
come
don't
to
mind,
you, Esther. Just jot down your point, sir. Just jot down your point, sir. We're going to come to you. We want
it has
to
to do with this.
So we don't have much time. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Sylvester. Lend your thoughts on the two.
With Tiawan Gongo,
Mm-hmm.
I'm of the assurance that any opposition that goes to the second round, he will. Okay. With Dr. Moniba, Prince spoke on the Spoon Talk, but Prince was speaking for himself. When Dr. Moniba had the opportunity to appear on the show, they asked him the question multiple times. He said, when we reach to that bridge, we'll cross it. And one thing I can tell you, many of these political parties are not in the race to win because they know they will not win. They are in the race for the negotiation in the second round.
Thank you. Let's hold you there. Let's hold you there. Toure, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, to go off of my uncle Sylvester, why they are in a race for negotiation in the second round?
Why do you feel targeted? Why do you feel talked to? No, Toure, you gotta tell us, why do you feel talked to? Why do you think why do you feel talked to? You know, why do you think that your Councillor Gonglo LPP is the one that Sylvester is talking to when he says some of these parties are just in a race? You know, they know they will not win.
But look, though, Nelson is a fact, though. It really is. Look, like I said, I've said this on this platform numerous times. I'm now oblivious to reality. The two biggest fish in the race is the CDC and United Party. That is a fact.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that is a fact.
Okay.
All right. I mean, look, let me tell you this. We coming to the finish line. If the reality have not started to sink in, my brother Sandy, I think it's time for all to start embracing this reality. Let me tell you this.
Don't put me in your pride. Don't put me in your pride, please. I'm not part of you.
Let me say this though.
Welcome to Ray.
Liberian people, y'all listen to me killing.
No, but which reality are you talking about? The reality of losing and crossing over to the next big political party or what?
Say we're chicken where it went. All right. If you want to take that statement for any way you want to take it that way. But I'm telling you, why these guys are actually preparing themselves to make themselves sort of like put themselves in an opportune situation for negotiation in the second round, but they're also building up their political capital for 2029, right? So if you are a young man like Dr. Moniba, right, you have to make a decision that's not for today, that's not for the 2023 or 2029. I can see myself supporting Dr. Moniba in 2029. I really can. All right. So I don't think he's gonna see his aspiration, his hope, and dream of becoming president by going away from what the Liberian people want right now.
But he is amended
to go off Uncle Sylvester. Because if any one of these individuals, I'm talking about now in the opposition, those that are in the opposition with one leg, all right, you know what I'm saying?
So you think your own party is also in this opposition with one leg?
But man, let me tell you, bro, there are a lot of one leg in that era, bro. But I'm just going to talk about my own.
But you think Councillor Tiawan Gongo is a one leg in this race as well, right?
Look, let me tell you this, brother.
No. Go to the point.
As a realist, my man, we have some challenges, bro. That is a fact. All right. If the voters can still look at us and vote for us based on what the councillor is putting out there, I feel like he's the best person for the job. I really do. Wholeheartedly, I believe that.
We're not looking at that document on paper. No, let me talk it that way. We're looking at that document. We're looking at what the reality is on the ground. So your party is a one-legged as well.
Nelson, let me tell you. Chicken wet. When reality starts to kick in, we should not be oblivious to reality. All right. Look, I understand where the race is going to be at. It's going to be between the CDC and United Party.
Oh,
okay?
but
that's exactly what it is. It is what it is. It's going to be between the United Party.
No, but this is the same to it. No, guys, you shouldn't be yelling.
Where's your 75%? Where's your 75%?
Listen, that's the point. That's the point. This is the very Toure. This is the very Toure who told us that Councillor Tiawan Gongo will win 75%. That's what he's saying.
Nelson, There's a breaking news.
It's something called reality. Facing the reality.
Everybody's blowing up right now, but that's
change.
By the end of the day,
Nelson, I really need to take 20 seconds or whatever time to say something about this topic.
We're coming to you,
all I can say, Nelson, all I can say, if anybody want to take it, any kind of way they want to take it, but I still believe in my political leader. I still believe in a punctual chance. I still believe that he can go down there and do a fantastic job. Because right now, anything is possible. Okay? But let's look at how things are playing out. Sandy, let's look at how things are playing out. Let's look at it. This is
do you know what contradiction is, Terrain? This is a clear contradiction.
Go from 75%.
You know you're a political leader.
Sandy, it is my
I gotta call it. I gotta call it former CEO. He needs to come in and settle this matter. No
progress.
At the end of the day,
he needs to come in and settle this matter.
We need to face reality and try to direct it where.
So the reality is that 75% you
I keep on my 75%, right? And I'm taking my 75%. Breaking news!
Man, it's a reality. We are with you, my brother.
2 weeks. That's 2 weeks for election, bro. If that reality have not hit you yet, I don't know what.
No, listen, let be.
Endorse the CPC. Come and endorse Terrain.
This is not. This is not an endorsement for Unity Party or any opposition political party. Certainly not for CDC.
Okay, we waiting.
But I'm facing
reality,
and that's what it is.
No, I can see that Councilor Tiawan Gonglo will summon you tomorrow. First thing tomorrow morning.
So who you get a 75% to?
He's gonna order you.
75% is not negotiable.
Imagine. Okay, so let's keep moving. It's unfortunate that Councilor Tiawan Gonglo has lost his 70. Look, I will go for that clip. In fact, I'm searching for that clip now. Where you bring it's interesting.
My man,
our viewers, I can hold back. I just can't hold back.
My man, streams have been in politics, brother. Get used to it.
We respect you a lot.
Gentlemen, to rate that 75%, we gotta go for it. We gotta go for that 75%.
Princess, go ahead. Go ahead, Princess. Let's hear you.
Today, I'll be calling you after the show. We need to talk.
I'm going to visit my brother.
Yeah, let's mute. Let's have our brother Francis to come in.
Yeah, as a non-partisan person, I'm just gonna say, if you are an opposition member of the opposition, and you when it goes to second round, happens to be between CDC and Unity Party, and you decide to sit on the fence, the Liberian people should hold you responsible. Even if if the opposition win, whoever sits on the fence should never be voted for in that country, because at this point in time, the country is in the toilet right now. So if you are an opposition leader and you don't come out boldly to say, oh, I know I don't have the vote, but all my people support Unity Party or support whichever opposition leader that is going against CDC, if you don't do that and you decide to be neutral, like the nonsense they did in 2017, the Liberian people should hold them accountable, and they should never see them as a serious politician in Liberia.
So Francis, your analysis of the three top candidates, where do you think they're going to go in the case of a second round between the Unity Party and the CDC?
Based on what I've seen, especially I watch Spoon religiously, I watch other platforms, I see what they are talking about, the way they talk about CDC and what they want to do for the country. I want to say they will go to Unity Party.
All three top candidates.
All three. So? You know the same stuff about Cummings.
You think Mr. Cummings, who could not bear to go as vice to Ambassador Boakai, even after the pressure from Senator John Balud and all those people, they said to him that this is the ticket the Liberian people want. He still did not agree to go. You think he's going to throw his weight behind Ambassador
Boakai? You know why I
Boakai?
think he will? The reason I think he will go is because in 2017, he sat on the fence.
Okay.
He does not want to be seen as an obstacle to progress for the Liberian people. And I don't think he will want to do it for the second time. And I know he definitely will not want to throw his vote behind CDC this time around. So that's why he can prove me wrong, but that's the reason I think he will not do it twice to the Liberian people. If not, that will be the end of his political aspiration in Liberia.
Thank you, Eston. Let's hear you.
That's the fact.
Look, let me just cut to the chase. Today, Mariah Yakula of ANC, every one of you, if you're friends with Mariah, today she made a post kind of promoting that Sunday they will be outside. And then I commented, this is the most worrisome topic coming to this election. My concern about who that supposedly claim to be with the opposition that will stay with the opposition regardless of whoever goes as the opposition candidate versus this inept CDC government. And I was attacking, ANC people, and I told her clearly, I see the rest of the other people, but I don't see where ANC people are in terms of supporting UP if UP go to the second round. And she said, Mr. Cummings, I'm quoting her, go on Mariah's page. She said, Mr. Cummings has said in time past that this coming election, if UP goes to second round, he will support them. So anyone watching this platform, this is a very big platform. You can revert to Mariah's page. If it proves to the contrary that Mr. Cummings doesn't openly say that he's going to support UP, because it is glaring. UP is the front runner, and it is clear that they're going to be going against CDC. But if it goes to the contrary, I can see UP people supporting ANC. And it's no secret because everyone
100%. Yeah.
Okay, definitely.
Let's hear you.
We can also look at 2017 compared to now. We can also see the trend that Mr. Cummings has been attacking the CDC in a stronger term lately compared to 2017.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe that can explain as well.
Thank you.
But
even what you're saying, you still don't trust that Mr. Cummings will.
I'm giving you the step by step now.
My man, send you back.
Anyone who professes to be an opposition and support CDC in the second round, that person is not an opposition. It's not a serious.
That's what I said.
This edition of the program is very interesting. Seeing Toure somersaulting like 75%. Seeing Cindy, who has propagated the Cummings message on this platform. So they're saying that he doesn't trust that Mr. Cummings will go in the direction.
Don't put words in my mouth. I never say I don't trust.
It's terrible. It's good that this show is recorded. Listen, we'll come back with discussing topics
Don't treat me like Boali, please.
I'm a realist, dude. Let me tell you.
So both of you will be summoned tomorrow. That's why I
look very sad. Today you can just take a day off. It's okay.
No.
Michael, go ahead. Guys, please mute. Guys, please mute. Let's have Michael go ahead. Michael, go ahead.
Good evening to everybody. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah, I usually follow the show, but I'm glad I'm on today to give my 1 or 2. Aston, what's up, my man? Long time, bro. I follow the program, right? And I'm a very vocal person. People who knows me will always say that you can say Mickey don't eat yet, don't pee yet, but you can't say Mickey don't speak yet. The Bible says an open rebuke is better than a secret love. Mm-hmm. Let's call a spade and not a farming tool. There comes a point in the life of every country when the path to choose is between good and evil. And if you are a person of virtue and you decide to sit on the fence, it speaks a lot to your personality and character. So any one presidential aspirant or candidate who will say, I'm sitting on the fence and allow my partisans to pick whosoever they want to pick in the face of the glaring and present danger in Liberia, it's not worth anybody's time going forward. And I say that I will speak directly to the ANC folks and Mr. Cummings. In Liberia, we got something called dead man walking. Let's be frank, Cummings is a dead man walking. Not in the literal sense, politically.
That's an insult. Take it back.
I'm not taking it back. I said politically.
That's an insult.
Politically, he's a dead man walking. I'm not going to
When George
retract
said
that
we
statement.
attack George, when somebody else say that we don't attack them.
Now
No,
you
it's
just
politically, man.
cut me off without allowing me to expand on what I said.
Okay, let me expand on what he meant.
That's the same thing that happened. You see, I don't like hypocrisy. Sandy came on the show. I followed the show. I've been in the back for a long time when you guys were speaking about GMB's statement. And he said it was ambiguous and it left room for interpretation. When Mr. Cummings went on the late Mamadi Diakite show with that whole issue of gay and whatsoever, and he said it's a lifestyle that I struggle with. That was clearer than the statement that Mr. Barker made. But yet and still, ANC people were defending it and saying that he never meant to say that he was a gay. We'll let that be. I'm saying this to say, Mr. Cummings is a dead man walking politically. Mr. Cummings shot himself fatally 2017 by taking that stand and saying, I will not endorse anybody. Let me tell you something. I don't know if you people have noticed over the years.
Yeah.
Let me just conclude quick, Nelson. Since 1997 election, there has been an unwritten rule in the presidential cycle of every politician in Liberia. Every presidential aspirant who came 2 political cycles in succession without making a win fade into oblivion and insignificance in Liberian landscape politics. Every single one of them. Madam Salif went the first time 1997, she did not win against Shasta. The next time she ran, 2005, she won. Go back to the story. George Weah went with Madam Salif, he never won. The second time he went, he never ran as a presidential candidate, he ran as a vice presidential candidate. His second time as a presidential candidate, he won. 2 times Charles Bronski went. He never won. He faded into oblivion. And that's why I said Mr. Cummings is a dead man walking. You can take that to be personal or not. That's the reality. Let's face it.
So let's conclude with you on this. In the case of a second round between the Unity Party and the CDC, where do you think Mr. Cummings is going to throw his weight?
I think Mr. Cummings, I believe he will stay neutral, but whichever decision he takes is of no consequence anymore. He shot himself a long time ago. That's just a fact. So with him, whatsoever decision he takes is of no importance or significance. He's a dead man walking.
You keep saying dead man walking, and Sandy doesn't want to hear that. Anyway, but now
listen. You know what? Listen. Nelson, I'm coming. Nelson, I'm coming. Today I want you to learn something. I'm a conservative in America. I support the Republican Party. I'm a conservative. I believe in everybody's right. And I always told people, it's your right to feel offended when I say something that offends you. That's your right. I would die for that right. That's why I serve in the U.S. military, right? But it's also my right to not care when you feel offended of what I said. Die for my right too.
So you don't care. You don't care.
I don't care when Sandy feels offended. That's his right. But it's also my right to not care.
But you think,
no, you can't say that. You just have to explain it.
No. I understand that. Look.
No,
we got 10 seconds, please.
Yeah, we'll come to that. Now let's go ahead to Dr. Monaba from your own analysis of things in the second round. Assuming it's between the Unity Party and the CDC. Where do you think Dr. Monaba is gonna go?
Listen, man. Liberia is at a crossroad. Let's be real and let's be frank. To see all these people popping up at this crucial point in our nation's history, knowing full well that they stand no chance of winning, it speaks a lot. It speaks a lot. You want to derail the process. None of these people care about Liberia. Let's be frank. Look, they say you know your Christmas will be good on the eve. Who tell you those people do not know that they do not stand a chance of winning election in Liberia now? They do know.
Yes. So assuming we're going to second round. Where do you think?
I can only hope that Maniba supports the opposite. Look, for me, anybody but George Weah. If Mr. Cummings was the front runner today, I would support him. Liberia is on life support. Nobody will see anything that's going on in Liberia right now and say if any opposition political candidate goes to the second round with George Weah and they will not support the opposition political candidate. It's absurd. It's wickedness in high places. So I will wish and hope that each and every one of them will support an opposition. Look, or Puppy Dog can be a better president than George Weah.
No. That's too strong. No.
I mean, you're not going to put a dog in the race to run, but anything, anyone is better than George.
No. Listen, guys. Let's do this. You wanna, my kid. You wanna take responsibility on this platform?
I take full responsibility of my statement. It's not of Spoon and any other panelists on the show today. That's my statement. Or Cat or Rap or Puppy Dog would be better.
Listen, no, don't repeat the statement. There's a reason why I zoom you in and I zoom you out because I want the people to know exactly who's speaking. And it's good that
Nelson, I understand what you're saying. This thing is not a joke. Bro,
definitely. And
do you look at the country? I was in Liberia 2021. Nelson, look at Liberia. Look at our country. It's not a joke. It's not anything for people to say, oh, I'm taking it personal. I do not know George Weah from anywhere. I only know him to be a Liberian or soccer icon. So I do not hold anything personal. But when you treat your people and your country in such a manner, I do not have any regard for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Okay, so we gotta go to the lines, but listen.
If my 10
I
seconds.
gotta bring Minister Woozy in. Let me bring Minister
No.
Woozy.
Remember, they didn't call your name. So when you call somebody name, the person get 10 seconds. That is who you are.
Sandy, don't take it personal, bro.
I'm not taking it personal, and that's why I want to come in. That's why I want to come in.
I see where you come from.
Hill, I understand it. Look, I have a very thick skin.
Yeah, wait. Anybody made it show noise, I will put it in the back. They will not come out. Please make sure you recognize before, because the show is getting interesting. Right on this very show tonight, Councillor Tiawon Gongo has lost the 75% that was given to him. He has lost that. So this show very interesting tonight. Anybody disturb this show?
And Sandy is saying he doesn't know his political leader. Man, we're getting somewhere.
Put Sylvester in the back, please. Put Sylvester in the back, please.
Then I put the both of you in the back because you both
my
spoke.
10 seconds.
Okay, 10 seconds, so you quickly.
Yeah, so Hill, I have a very thick skin. What I'm trying to set here is that we should be very fair, right? If you want to keep your statement, that's okay. I do believe that Mr. Comey is not a dead man working. I do know that. The Liberian people will prove you wrong, and I know that. What I want to say, if that statement was directed on the other side to Mr. Boakai, for instance, hell would have been on the show tonight. So if we cannot use, hold on 1 second, my brother. If we cannot direct such a statement to any other leader, then it shouldn't be Mr. Comey. If Mr. George Weah come here and make certain statement like that towards the UP, we all fire up on him. Let's be just very respectful how we direct certain statement towards our leader. That's why I asked for.
All right, can I just Nelson, 10 seconds? Can I respond to that? No, I just want to respond to that. I just want to just 10 seconds.
Let's have Cindy to conclude. Cindy hasn't landed yet.
Oh, I thought he has.
No, he'll go in the back. Hell yeah, we can put one in the back, my brother.
No, I thought you had landed.
No, almost. I couldn't.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
That's why I had to mute myself.
My bad.
Let me end on this. You can hold on to your statement. That's on you. You can explain it the way you want to explain it. Mr. Comey is very active. He comes with a strategy that have not been seen before. The Liberian people are gravitating towards him. His message is clear. Mr. Comey from 2017 is not a Mr. Comey now. Mr. Comey now has a lot of support in the country. So I do not believe that Mr. Comey is not relevant. I mean, if we can interpret your statement in that way politically.
No, you use the statement they may use.
Mr. Comey is, I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to repeat after him. If a child says somebody stupid, I will not say the person is stupid too. Right? Okay. Mr. Comey is politically relevant in the country. People are gravitating towards his message. Mr. Comey is your next president. I'm not I believe in him. I know the people are going to vote him October 10 as the president of Liberia. He has the idea to transform our economy, and the people are they are gearing towards his message. Come out on October 1st and let us meet at the ATS and show to the Liberian people that Mr. Eddie Zanakome is the next president of our country. Thank you.
You see,
Nelson, 10 seconds.
Let me celebrate your birthday.
Nelson, 10 seconds.
We gotta go to the lines.
Yeah, just I mean, you know, I was the last to come on the show, so just 10 seconds.
Get a man 10 seconds, Nelson. I beg you.
No. You in favor of this, Sylvester, because
no, man. Nelson will plead for the man. Will plead for him, please.
No, you're not pleading for the man. You're enjoying.
Oh, to call me as surrender.
All right, and Sandy, my brother.
Let's do this. Make, I'm gonna give you just 20 seconds to wrap up.
Okay.
20 seconds.
Sandy, my brother, I see your heart. I see where you come from. You come from the place of love for your country and your people. I understand that. You asked me if a statement like that was directed to Ambassador Boyka. I wouldn't like it. Let me tell you something. I'm one person who believes in freedom of speech in every facet and aspect of it. Because let me tell you something. To what end or who determine what limit a person cross in freedom of speech? When people's speeches begins to be curtailed, it takes a dangerous trend. You have to have a thick skin. If you want to enter into politics, you have. If anybody look, so people can say Ambassador Boyka is a sleeping boyon.
What you said? You ready to maintain that statement?
I said not literally, figuratively, politically. He's a dead man walking. I'm not going to retract that.
And were you referring to Mr. Cummings?
Yes, Mr. Cummings is a dead man walking.
No. We're not concerned with that. No.
Nelson.
Come on, Mr. Uzi, come on.
Well, look, you know the show is actually interesting, and
you went back. You said you were going. How come you came back, Mr. Uzi?
No different.
Well, yeah, I had to make some kind of quick adjustment and to just make this point quick.
Thank you.
I listened to Vakabina Toure when he talked about the percentage. I think he's just been fair in this process. And it is not a secret that this whole contest is between two major contenders, right? But on the other side, Mr. Cummings is not in very much, politically insignificant. I mean, when I say very much, I do not disagree fully with the brother who said he's a dead man walking politically. He's just been figurative in his expression, which is wisdom enough to mention because of looking back at his political history. It's true that he made a mistake in 2017, but I think he thought that endorsing the immediate ruling party would have meant some kind of collaboration. So maybe that was the reason why he didn't endorse Unity Party at the time. But this time around, it's possible, like what Sandy just said, it's possible for him to endorse the opposition. I think Mr. Cummings is actually trying to keep his ambition well protected as much as he can, not to appear like he's a guy who is coming into this process to endorse the old culture of politics, of Liberian politics. That's how he's trying to market himself, and it's strategic. So I don't want to sit here and just underestimate his capacity to make some impact. I strongly believe that he has got some support. This time around, he got people like Louis Brown, he got Dr. Tukagewe McIntosh, and it is just fair enough to him to be for one to say that he has improved his political camp. That is not a secret. I think his political camp is a little bit advanced now than before. So I mean, much is expected of him, and I think he's going to do well to some extent. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Woozy. We gotta go to the lines. But I see, wow, this show here is that y'all gotta pay for extra time tonight now. Because we're going extra. We're going to put the cash. We're going to mobile money. You're going extra time. I see Quebec give for extra. Yeah, the latecomers, y'all will pay for
know,
extra
right?
time
They don't
today
want to make
because we're
people.
running into extra time now. Seriously. Okay, so okay, so you can come in, sir. You can come in, Mr. Amara Kamara. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the late night show on Spoon.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
But which political party you support? You just started with laughing at us.
ACO. That's why I'm here to make it clear for you guys.
ACO?
ACO. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here to make it clear.
Where you get on the strong who are? Where strong who are?
Let's see.
ACO.
I didn't see somebody put out wasting our time.
Can I speak now? Is it message somebody put out wasting our time?
Oh yeah, he was asking a question.
Okay, this is the reason why I came, because everybody, you guys listen to me?
Yep.
All right.
We are hearing you, sir.
I'm kind of hearing myself talking, that's why.
Okay, so sorry, sir. Then maybe you can try to adjust.
Yeah, but ACO can't waste our time again.
All right, Nathan, let me just at this point, I think I'll have to wrap it up, and I'd like to commend all of you. This edition is actually a wonderful one. Thanks so much for having me, and I hope to join you guys maybe tomorrow or in the future.
I'm still waiting for you in New Mexico.
Okay, bro. Yeah. All right. Okay, my brother.
Pleasure having you as always, mister. Always.
Yeah, thank you so much. I wish you guys all the best.
Right.
All right.
Imagine.
It's
very interesting.
All right.
It's hard to find objective solutions. And he's very objective. I respect him
we
a
are
lot.
about to go to the no, y'all respect the man because the man talking to you over here.
No, we respect him because he's a realist.
That's not.
I watch him on Spoon live, and he's very objective.
Okay. Listen, guys. We gotta conclude with the two females and go to the lines. We'll give them just 1 minute each.
When you come to church late, they can start a sermon all.
Yeah,
offering with it. Don't worry.
Yeah. Let's start with you, Kebe. You can just wait in your thoughts quickly, and then we'll go to Evan.
Okay, I'm so sorry for joining late, but I've been busy with the other guy a few days.
Yeah, I know.
But to be honest, Sandy, sorry for that. But in the political world, you gotta expect such. And I think Mickey is just giving an honest truth. Maybe the way in which it's presented is the problem. But to be honest, from the beginning of this entire election arena, this has been my honest thoughts. Why would political opposition, having done your individual survey, you know your point, you know where you stand. We said that this country right now is going in destruction, complete destruction. That is the financial structure is damaged, and we want to fix it. So why can we as opposition unite? And Alan Series said the same thing. He said opposition are not united, and because of that, we're going to win. So we need to see this thing. Send it, go back to your political leader and talk to him. He's not going to win the election. Let him join it. That is not being.
But you didn't come with any hope for Cindy as well. You just amplifying what
I know Cindy said that he was attacked, right?
Mr. Kebe, today is September 25th. This is now October 10 year.
What are October 10? Why wait for October 10 to spend unnecessary money? We are Liberian. I should be able to give Nelson a space if I don't hold a chance. I feel that's being patriotic. A true patriotic citizen will give somebody else a chance when they know they are not qualified. I cannot have an opportunity in my hands. I cannot use it. I know I'm not capable of using it, and I can pass it on to the next person. That's being mean. That's being wicked. That means the thing you're saying is not reality. If you are speaking for the people and you saw the majority of the people going on the people's side, join the people.
Thank you. That's what you
Yeah,
did.
Everyone
Evelyn,
here, including my brother Gonglo.
but the man already someone's out there.
Yeah, how you doing?
75%. Then he took
We'll
the 75%.
make Tommy Yula president. Tommy will be Yula president.
But go ahead.
Give him the budget and he will manage it. We'll give him the
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
aspect.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I came late. I've been in the back because I didn't actually know the way to get in today. So thanks you for having me. I heard everything. The topic. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're just
Okay.
listening to you now. We don't want to interrupt. That's why we're quiet.
Yeah, I think the topic was whether somebody will be able to political leader will be able to support each other. Everybody go for this the second round.
The opposition. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got opposition in opposition. We have we got opposition who want to see the best out of Liberia, and they are on the forefront. But other opposition don't want to support them because they feel like supporting them is a waste of time for them. And that will be very clear tonight. Example, the ANC. I am not too sure, and I cannot convince anybody on the show that during the second round, Elizana coming will support Jose Imawaka. I'm not being, frisky about it, but I feel he will not do it because there's so much hatred between the Unity Party and the ANC supporter. You can see that on the social media. The ANC always side with CDC wherever they have against the Unity Party, they all jubilate together. We see it on the social media. And this is the reason why I say he will not support Ambassador Jose Imambuaga. He will again sit on the field that he did in 2017. We will not be surprised. We're ready for that. And coming to Mr. Gonglo, I am not too sure whether he will support the Unity Party or what. I'm not saying that because everybody wants to win the election. So we can only speak to that after the runoff. During the runoff, and see who are they going to support. But I cannot speak to Mr. Gonglo and say he will support ANC, he will support the Unity Party, or he will support.
So
we're talking about the second round.
Why you think so? The second round. Why you think so? Gonglo not support Unity Party. Why?
No, what I'm saying, I want to see things from a reality perspective. If he want to see him, then I will believe that he will support the Unity Party. Because some people then say I am not going. I'm not supporting anybody. I'll be neutral, right? So I cannot just sit there and say, of course, he will support the CDC or he will support Unity Party. Yeah.
Thank you very much. We'll go to the lines now and take some calls. We'll go to the lines and what the ACOP man? The ACOP man, he jump us out.
And there's some of the people in working full place.
No, Sylvester, don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that, please. Don't do that.
Support.
Josh coming for you.
There you come.
You don't have to hold him by the words.
Okay, so let's go to the lines, folks.
Just come out with freestyle on here.
You're listening to the late night show. We're here live on Spoon. I'm Nelson Colette. Of course, Moba Zokia is here, Sylvester Johnson's, Jelayu Cindy, Amy, the rescue niece, is here. Eston is here as well. We have Maki Hill, we have Evelyn Dolo, they're all here on set today on this edition of the program. Let's go in for the call 0555101075. The WhatsApp number is pinned on the screen in case you want to make your contribution via WhatsApp. Let's take this person. We hope you can make your contribution within just maybe 30 seconds or so, maximum 1 minute. Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, go ahead. You're live. Your name and where you call from.
Thank you. My name is Chukab Somerville Swagger. I call you from Tishon number 2.
Let's hear you quickly.
My dear brother, we listen to Spoon, make your factor, and we listen to other opposition, but it's not 2FM, ANC radio station 2FM. They will never support Unity Party. Trust me for that. I'm telling you. They would never.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. My man, please forget about that other one there. Let's forget about that people on the thing. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, Nelson. My name is George Wider. I'm calling from Liberia. I just want to announce to the panelists. Yeah, I'm in Liberia. I'm having a great time, and today, unlike them, I was able to convert one Unity Party member to support the CDC today. He was my taxi driver from the airport to come. I used that time to convince him. So tell them to come on the ground.
I'm not looking for money for you.
That's violence.
I hope they can try to make their way here as well. Yeah, man, stupid.
Wow. Welcome to Liberia, Josh. And thanks for participating. You have a contribution to make to the discussion quickly, just before we let you go.
Yeah. Look, quickly. My contribution, I think Mr. Woolsey, he was at his worst tonight. I really did not understand what he was trying to drive at. I mean, look, statements are made, and even though I disagree with my brother Sylvester most of the time, but I think Sylvester was on the money tonight. Including Sandy. When you are a leader, people follow you. You got good people following you. You got bad people following you. You can say things, and when they are not clear, people can use them in different ways. I think the former vice president did not speak well. He could do better than what he did.
Your president sat on there. The people died. All they don't die. He said they were making love.
Mickey just leaving. That's his perception. His perception is not.
That's my own perception too.
No, Mickey, we don't interrupt on the show, Mickey. We don't do that.
Mickey, let him speak.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, just conclude so we take other calls, Josh.
Yeah, so look, it is what it is. I think it was a big gaffe from the former vice president. I think he can do better. Okay. And I think, look, going forward, we need to just be able to team our tongues, even though we know we are so desperate for power, but we can also team our tongues to not inflame the situation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's take this person. Hello.
The
main president to next stage.
No, I can't press. You
got body, man.
This is interesting. Hello? No, this thing is freezing. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Okay, please go ahead. Your name and where you call from.
Okay, my name is Lawrence D. Lingard. I call from Liberia, to be precise, district number 5.
Okay, Lawrence, go ahead.
72nd Junction Belt.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I want to congratulate you people for the show. I followed the show. I listened to all my brothers and my sisters who gave their point of view.
Okay.
And I believe this election, actually, Mr. Hill just said it. Mr. Cummings don't have the face to become a president in Liberia. Wow. So I'm also appealing to all ANC. You know, if
you say he doesn't have the face to become a president in Liberia, a face?
Yeah. Yes, sorry speaking. So Kumi don't have the face because if you look in our House of Parliament, Mr. Kumi don't even have a representative. The representative Mr. Kumi had that of which is Yeke Koluba and the late from Bapodu. These are people that after they are in election, after they have won, and they went over to him.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm just appealing to all my brothers, AMC, Partisan. You know, this thing is not about Cummings, it's about Liberia. It's about rescuing the nation forward, about incoming children.
Thank you.
Let we all put hands together and get rid of this corrupt government so that we can have a better Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's hold you there and take this person. Hello.
Thank you.
Very much. Let's hold you there. Hello. Okay, hello. Please turn down the volume of the gadget or whatever you're using to monitor, and then you can go ahead.
I did though.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're live. Go ahead.
Hello. My name is Samara Carolina. How are you guys doing?
Yeah.
First of all, before I give my input, I would like to send my condolences to the family who got caught in the fire. I'm so sorry to hear that, and that's some of the things we're trying to make clear to our Liberian people. The government is not fit to run that country where fire trucks supposed to be to each and every corners. Let's say, for example, Vata, West Point, supposed to be having 2 fire trucks just in case of emergency, but they get it to their private homes. They get it to where Joey Abbey houses. They gotta close those places, so just in case. Anyway, my input on my call today is to let you guys know that everybody that running against the Pape, I would just give my advice, even though I for Cummings, right? Me being for Cummings, I know my reasons. I know what he's capable of doing, but my reason of trying to help the Pape to go forward right now.
So wait, you for Cummings, but now you're supporting Boakai, right?
Yes.
But why are you leaving Mr. Cummings and going to...
It's not that I'm leaving. It's not that I'm leaving him completely. You understand? Maybe you're trying to make him popular as well, because sometimes you put his picture on the screen.
No, yeah, we do that for everyone. Yeah, we do that for everyone.
Keep making him popular, because his time will come, and when his time comes, he will play his own part. Okay? All what I'm trying to say here is, everybody, the Gonglo, the Cummings, and other two guys that name ranking like that, we will appeal to you guys to come and support the Pape so we can have a better Liberia for tomorrow. Because everything that's going on right now in the country is not safe. The other guy was saying something about Carrasco, saying that the Pape made a statement. That statement that Carrasco took from his page, he took it for a reason. And the reason why he took that statement off, because they're trying to distract our Liberian people, trying to distract you guys. So we all got to just be attentive. We should start getting distracted by all the silly people that are trying to...
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we
can make the Pape one time run it.
Thank you.
So that's my message.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Let's go to the local lines and take some calls. Hello. Wow, someone's so good here. Okay, hello.
Good morning, Nelson Kula.
Yeah, morning. Go ahead quickly.
All right, my name is Josiah Small for me from Commandant Peace Island.
Let's hear you, sir.
Nelson Kula, let me just say this. You see the Liberian people, who we won in the political arena, when it shift, you will know, you need not to be told. You will see the people gravitating. We they see Liberian people that told Mr. Kumi, go to JMB second, so they think we finish one and for all. He refused to listen to us, but they're not doing by himself. He's doing an inconsultation with former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. But I can tell you, when they look at things, the way Musa bladed around Kumi, they can say. Some of us, we're not in Kumi, we even come to JMB in the second round.
Thank you.
Let me close with this. Starting point in a presidential race. But you see, now I tell people, I can't vote for Kumi, but vote be the invalid vote. I can't vote for Tehongoro, it will be the invalid vote. But they fell around. Anybody that vote for the people that invalid vote, but they fell around. So,
don't misinform the public. Say it the way looking. No. Say
it. Element viewer. Oh, nothing bad.
This is radio. If you're voting for Kumi, it's not invalid vote. But what I'm trying to say is that, no, I come in, my brother, you make a point. What I'm trying to say is that
the man trying to say is a waste of vote.
Kumis will not win. That's what he's trying to say.
Exactly. That's what he's trying to say.
Nelson, you interpreting what people are trying to say now?
No, electoral education is very important.
This is radio.
No, exactly. That's what he meant.
Education is very important. If you tell somebody it's an invalid vote, they could go with that.
Yeah, hello, go ahead.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Let's mute and listen to
it's Kofi Thomas calling from the 12 Houses, bro.
Kofi Thomas, go ahead.
Yeah, what we try to tell our people here is that we want them to know that what we are going through in Liberia is not an easy task. We just let people here that is drowning in the water. Coming, Tewan Gonglo, the bottom rest of the people. I was saying to them, if they can help us for now and join JMB, that they can rescue this country and leave it in that means they should not think on anything
that
the Liberian people will stand behind them again.
Thank you.
Because what we are going through is too difficult.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take 2 more calls and then we'll wrap up. Hello.
Hello, yes, my name is Ato Pine and I'm calling from Rhode Island.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Joseph Boakai can never win election in that country. You see, all of you on that show, if I ask you right now, what have you done personally in your life? Some of you would tell me, say you bought a house in America, you built a house in Liberia, you got land to this place, you're doing this and that, you got businesses. All of you on that show, I believe. But if you ask Joseph Boakai, this man has spent almost 50 years in government, and this man cannot show any personal.
Yeah, plus.
Forget about the Liberian people. But what has he done for himself? After spending almost 50 years in government,
so when you say what has he done for himself, what do you mean? What do you have your eyes on when you're asking that question?
He should stay the job we are. Like, hey.
Right. All of you
No, that's his opinion too. He should be respected. That's his right.
No, go ahead. That's no. Listen. No.
Let me try again, Joe. I say I want to talk against the Boga. When Joe came to power, there were fire stations. I mean, there were fire trucks in every community in Monrovia. Every community there were 4 or 5 fire trucks. Joey took all the fire trucks and sent them across the border and sold everything. When Joey came to power, our education.
No, hold on. When Joey came to power, he had one house on 9th Street. Fast forward, he built several mansions in Pinsville.
No, guys, are we not respecting our viewers
when
anymore?
Joey came to power, he had one house on 9th Street. He broke it down and rebuilt the whole structure. We can start there.
This thing about respecting viewers thing, me, I guess you a problem with you.
So you wait. No, you can't. You can't.
Sandy, no.
We have to.
You're going it back.
So all the people, let's mute. Let's have our audience to make their point. We've talked. It is their time to make their contribution to the show. Let's give them the time to do so.
But
Hello.
Nelson, such a statement, I don't think it's right.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Nelson. How you doing?
Yeah, go ahead. You're live.
Yeah, this is BM Gabo.
Yeah, Gabo, go ahead.
Nelson, I listen to the topic. The first thing I want to say, what's the opposition? Because the first thing when you listen to all the opposition, all of them get the same platform, but they just coming in different segments. So why would we even be working our head to even be telling them at the end of the day where will you come? Because when we look at everybody platform, they say I want big rule, I want to do good health system, I want to do this. So at the end of the day, if you go in your individual closet and you find out that you are not going anywhere, what's the need of we coming to even say we beg? It's just something to read to your mind that hey, we are on the same path, but we just coming in we're coming in a different direction. So sometimes I just look at everybody fighting to do the same thing, but everybody feel that only they're supposed to go there and go do. When another person want to go there, nobody want to go and support that person. I don't know how we're going.
Thank you. Let's go you there and take this person. Hello.
Yeah, this is your speaking.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, those people who make irrelevant questions on the in there.
You said irrelevant question. The people who making irrelevant question. What are you talking about?
Yeah, in the sense that you trying to make it understand, then they question you. It made no sense.
Yeah, you just go to your point, but make your contribution.
Already, I want to tell the situation that they pack that law, you go and put it with Joya instead of creating at the feet. Okay. Yeah, because I know Joseph Boakai going to win the election.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, you want to talk to the sedition, talk to them. Don't use me to talk to them. Hello. Yeah, don't use me to talk to them. Yeah, hello, you live. Go ahead.
All right, this is Abraham calling from New Jersey.
Yeah,
look, I just want to say, everybody got a view. Even that man, right? When you in government in Liberia and you not steal to build BB mansion for yourself, and then after stealing, you go buy into government, they say you get tangible. So the people right. Joseph Boakai is steal to build houses, to stay on the street, to be giving people money, to give scholarship to people, stay on the tree and be giving money to people when they go to a house. They put a whole lot of food outside and give it. That's why the people, they don't want Joseph Boakai.
Thank you.
But they don't know what they want. The people don't know what they want.
Thank
okay?
You.
So
let's take the final person. Thank you. Let's take the final call. The final person here now. And then we wrap up for tonight. Okay, we lost this person. Now we have to go. I think we'll come back to you guys to wrap up. Let's start with you, Eston, and then we will make the rounds.
Look, nothing concerns me more than anyone who claims and who professes to be against George Weah and will try to attempt voting against anyone who is the front runner for the opposition in the second round, if we happen to go to a second one, which is more than likely going to be the case if you look at this whole election mathematically and statistically. We're more than likely going to a second round. Having established that, I'd like to say to everyone here, I see no reason why a George Weah will become a president in a country of more than 5 million people if our populace were predominantly people who were literate. But unfortunately, it's not the case. So we remember the song like "You Keep My Mind, You Keep My Power, Vote for You." So if people can sing those songs, you know more than likely they will give a man like George Weah a chance. But in a real society with level-headed people, George Weah should be nowhere near a presidency. He squandered opportunity like his own sports store, nowhere to be found today. He had a nightclub, nowhere to be found. He had a sports team, Giant Pro, nowhere to be found. A radio station and television station, they are not competitive if they exist today that I don't know of. They're nowhere to be found. If you just look at it, personal things, when he was made the technical director of Lone Star, the team was totally divided because that's my area, sports. Diba had his group, we are his group. And anyone on this planet can tell George Weah should not be president. Long live our common patron in Liberia.
Thank you. Hill, let's hear you.
I mean, right now on this show, yeah, I'm the villain because I spoke with my mind and I called a spade a spade. That's just me. Call me uncool for whatsoever. That's just me. As I said, an open rebuke is better than a secret love. I'll tell you just the way it is. That's one of the reasons I support Trump, because if your shirt also other people will come to you and say, "Oh, brother, put your shirt in." Trump will come to your bar and say, "Hey, man, put that thing in. You look sloppy." He will just tell you the way it is. And that's the way I am. But I would say this for those people who support other candidates in a race and you know very well they stand no chance of winning. I just have one question. Example, Dr. Maniba. If Dr. Maniba was your brother and you know his political his standing right now politically in Liberia, and then he said, and you have an inheritance left by your father like $1 million. And Dr. Maniba told you, you know what? I'm using the $1 million on campaign. Once I become president, we'll recoup that money. And you know very well he's not going to win the election. Will you allow him to do it? That's my question. Just be frank and fair with people. This man cannot win. Mr. Cummings cannot win. It's reality. It's not a myth. Be fair with people and tell them these people stand no chance of winning. Let us go with the one person that has the clearest chance of winning and get this nightmare, the Alibaba and 40 thieves from that country so our people can live better. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, brother. Thanks a lot. Go ahead, our sister Evelyn. Let's hear you.
Okay, thank you so much, Nancy, for tonight. Well, I have a message. I see a lot of people running for the president for the presidency in Liberia. Sometimes we turn to play blind eyes to those things and think it's not important. It's very important. In a small country like Liberia, we have almost 22 presidents running to become president. These people are cutting numbers. And this particular election, I wasn't even expecting for us to have more than 10 presidential candidates because the situation that is prevailing right now in Liberia is about you, it's about me, it's about the common people.
Thank you.
We need to stand up as one group of people to get the name of our hair. But then you see the likes of Clarence Moluba, so many people that we don't even know them. They're running as president in our country. They are slashing the number, but one thing we believe in is that the Liberian people have spoken. We will listen to them. We will hear their voice through their ballot box. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Kevin, go ahead. Let's hear you, ma'am.
I will try to speak Loma a little bit to the people outside.
Okay.
Loma giche, kupa gulua lufa. Nende tia Loma gi kapa mwe gi. Ni ike gvaso ge ya pa waka vote ki wo vuisa nui burgiplu toga gwonu kapagita ripi olale zui nganganga limeche ta kapagi mizi tara kapagi lozo uglu tara wonu to kole bata tara wonu tise che to pindisi limeche te sablewu sabla liye veche ti eme.
Okay.
Please,
Thank you.
Vesta, you know what I want to say. Tu uzula nene. Tu uzula nene. So na eke gavaz ge pa wo ka wu fuiza gle. Kumla lifle ka di na fle kapakala va yesna katesa wono di uru de fli wo. All I'll say in summary is to everyone out there, including me, we should vote for just one round because there is no money. We need something to start with. We shouldn't always be beggars. People will not see you seriously when someone gave you 1 cup of rice and you eat all, you don't keep some. So we should vote wisely. Sandy and everyone else, we should change the narrative and start to join one party. In the end, yes, we can all have our individual rallies, but when we see it, we all should come together. That's unity. That is what I'm preaching.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's hear you there. Amy, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Thank you, Nelson, for the show. And I just want to say to the Liberian people and our panelists, Mr. Cummings, yes, he haven't joined yet, but I don't think we should be using words that if you're begging somebody to come and support or Gongo or money, but I don't think we should be using like words that disrespectful to denigrate them in any manner. George Weah is the one who's have done something to us. He's the one who deserves it, and not those people. But anyways,
now you got Cindy smiling in the background.
For the for all the United Party supporter and like us, I'm not a UP, but I'm a supporter of JMB. And everybody on the ticket, not just JMB. You want JMB to fulfill his promises to you. You gotta vote one, vote all. Woman pay all across the country. Don't worry. When they start acting up, we will sign our petition to get him out of there. It's the new Liberia that coming on the JMB. Vote one, vote all, vote for all the UP candidates all across the country as you vote for them to help JMB to make his promise to you come to light, because you don't want anybody, any other political party to be there to be a hindrance to whatever he wants to do for you. So
thank you.
Go ahead, October 10th, and vote one, vote all.
Thank you. Cindy, go ahead.
Well, my Liberian people, while my good friends here from the United Party side will say that the election has been won by them, and that maybe tomorrow we should head to inauguration and put Mr. Boagai in as the president, let us remind them that the election is on October 10th. And we are in this competing for your survival and for the stability of our country, the betterment of Liberia that we also deserve. We should vote on ideas, not on who been here for long. They will say to you that Mr. Boakai has been here the longest, so he deserves to be president. I am telling you the issues that confront our country has to do with the broken economy that Mr. Weah and his corrupt official has destroyed.
Thank you.
And the only candidate in the race that can face the issue is Mr. Eddie Zanan Benedict Cummings. So tell my good friend from the Unity Party side that we have a leader, and that leader is Mr. Eddie Cummings.
Thank you. Sylvester, 30 seconds.
Thank you. Tonight's show was good. I love it. I love the diversity. You know, some people got a cool, and some people got a cayenne pepper. Some people got this. You know.
Cayenne pepper,
no, I can't get cayenne pepper. Anyway, this election, we should not waste time. Like I said previously, this election is Liberia people versus George Weah. Anybody that go against the Liberian people. The Liberian people will pay you. So it's JMB and Joshua.
Thank you.
All the Pupu Plateau party then, y'all leave it. Y'all come behind a big man. Tomorrow, y'all will enjoy.
Thank you.
Because all the party then, they're not going nowhere. Alexander Cummings will get place for you. We'll make you president. Come, support us. You know, you get place in our victory. You know, I'll stop there.
Okay. I want Toure to come close so I can play. I want Toure to come and do his closing so I can play a particular video while he's doing his closing.
What way?
Yeah,
Toure
but
give you
I'm not
away,
seeing him.
Nelson.
Toure called his camera off. He's not even trying to come.
I just love Cindy, man. I love Cindy. I love this guy, man.
Okay, so Evelyn, you said you wanted to suggest something. Is it on the show or off the show?
No, it's on the show. You know, nothing happened for nothing. You know that you kind of raising your own, live stays lit in the studio and all of that. So I just want to suggest to our panelists that at least on a weekday basis until the election is over, can we start to do something to?
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Okay,
so
put your number up.
No, test you.
Let me finish now. Oh, we'll talk about it.
Yes, actually,
she raising song. She came late to the church. She raising song.
Okay, anyway, that's good. So thank you.
Yeah.
And then can I speak? Yeah, honestly, can I speak small manner, please? People.
Hey.
Maybe you want borrow
30
seconds from.
Yeah, 30 seconds from who? From who?
30 seconds from me, no problem.
Yeah, Mama, sorry.
Yeah, no
so, okay. Nimaka de Macavo, Katuo, Eka Yiba, you will have los Sponti Vigamo, Isho again, Ungeka le Pene, Kalo Voga, Kavoga, Jose Imamaka, Jamaica, Way. Kanomela onupia won bobo kaka le ono si lebo ono yeka lebo kale o suku ka do o ka seleba o akun eye ka pele se ka vokiamo go le numeka. Thank you.
Thank you. Mama, you
good man.
You know, good man. I want to say thank you to you guys, man. Yeah, today's show was very hot. Very hot. We enjoyed the show. But I only want to speak to the first-time voters. Only the point, my last comment can always go to them. My first-time voters.
Don't say, we not know.
Okay.
We know.
I thought about United Party people, but I thought about United Party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. My last comment go to the first-time voters. First-time voters, we begging you. You shouldn't vote George Weah. The last time I checked, George Weah only open football league to his party headquarters. Y'all went there, y'all drink out of liquor, y'all dance, y'all do what you want to do. Y'all remember your future. Your future is in your hands. The only person that can give let me conclude now. The only person that can give you that future is Joseph Yuma Boaka. Joseph Yuma Boaka will open a vocational school for you. You get a job. You'll not be sitting and wait for somebody to package you before you get something. No.
Thank you.
So that's it. I beg you, my first time voter. JMB, the only president. I submit.
Thank you. I'm sorry to all of you trying to call. We're not taking calls again. I'm very sorry for that. I hope we can do this again tomorrow. We're far into our time. Uncle Pete, thanks for joining the show. Look at our man just say we are liars.
He's not bringing Uncle Pete.
Larina got Uncle Pete can come in at any point. You know that's why we always post the link in the.
Uncle Pete can't. The man was following whole show ANC, my man.
Yeah, but Uncle Pete can come in. The show is open. The other time we had Councilor Verde on, and Councilor Verde follows the show all the time, and sometimes when he has a point to make, he comes on. So the show is open to everyone.
Yeah, Uncle P is
it's open to
vehemently
everyone.
opposed to Unity Party, but this is Unity Party.
Nelson, I got a question for you.
Yeah, what's the question?
Y'all who like to be decorous and very, very politically correct in issue, why is it that certain time when you're going against your kids, or when you're dealing with your kids, you can always say baso require bad medicine? The situation like bro find yourself in right now, that's not bad situation.
Different topic you want drag in. We're not going there.
No, I just want to ask you that question. I want you to answer that question because you're saying that we should be very politically correct. We shouldn't address issue head on the way it is. Why? That's why I asked you that question. The bad soul that require bad medicine, is it not in the instance that we find ourselves now?
The Liberian people will answer that question. The commenters will answer that question. But thank you so much. Hill, your first time on the show, I must say thank you.
The bad soul here, Mickey, is George.
Yeah.
Not ANC.
But ANC is Georgia Accelerated Group.
We need ANC.
We have to go, gentlemen.
I want to buy.
Look, ANC people feeling the pinch too. So if we go second round, we won't vote for all of that penny.
No, not
Mickey, Mickey, I will buy your steak. You're not coming down the show here. I'll pay for
it. Send me by military mayor. I'm a mayor.
This show is getting noisy.
The meeting still stands tomorrow.
Which meeting? Y'all let me know now.
Yeah, well,
don't worry. I got no more.
I got for my number. Yeah.
I thought we said we're meeting tomorrow, right?
So you guys can give your number, your name to mobile, and
I already got her number and name.
So how do we send it to you, mobile?
Yeah, but
put it in the private chat.
Mobile, let me see your name.
Oh, okay.
I share my number with mobile for
are you on Facebook?
Oh, okay then. What you use on
Facebook?
Torres. You got Paolo.
Listen, you can send your number to even my messenger. I will share with him. But I want to say thanks. I want to say thanks to all of you. Thanks to all of you. I don't know how they begin Torres. Now, why we can talk about fake accounts? That's what we say about fake accounts.
Well, no, but
thanks a lot to you, man.
Right there, I will not say offline. Army.
Okay. All right, I see Mickey. All right, let me get ready.
You can go in the chat, land the chat on the screen. You can go there and put your number.
We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Huh? I pick you. That know you think that's Sylvester.
Mr. Mango, the rebel leader.
No. Listen, guys.
Oh my God.
Please. That whole know you think that you're doing in the private inbox. Thank you. We're on radio and we're on 4 different online platforms. This show is recorded. It can be used as evidence against you at any point in time. Just so you know that. So thank you very much, guys. We want to say thanks. It was a great show. We look forward to it.
Thank you, Nelson. See you guys tomorrow again.
Yeah.
Bye.
Please share my number with mobile. Please.
I'll see you.
Yes. We'll do that. Okay. So thank you. Okay. So folks, we want to say thank you for being here with us today again on this edition of the program, the Late Night Show. We appreciate your contribution in the comment section, calling in. Yes, a lot of you tried calling but didn't make it through the lines. We appreciate you. Thanks for always being a part of the show. My name is Nelson Collier. We'll be here tomorrow with another fiery edition of the program. Until then, have for yourselves a good night. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Let's remember to keep the peace, because Liberia is all, and I mean all we have. Bye-bye for now.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, Stan Tunnel with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.